Yo, what up, though? This Big Way Reg, Funky Fresh in the Flesh.
I'm DJ Butter, y'all. We got DJ King David in the house.
What up, though?
And we got the one and only Mr. Tash from the Alkaholiks.
Yes.
In the house. What up with you? I think it's Mike. Your mic muted. Let's get him unmuted. There you go.
How about now?
Tash.
What's going on, yo?
All right, there we go. I chimed in when y'all said I'm this, and I was like, this DJ Tash from LA, California.
Yeah, what's going on? Yo. So that's what's up. So yeah, you we was talking earlier. You said so you from Ohio, right?
Yeah, I was born in Ohio. We migrated to LA. I moved to LA when I was 12.
Okay.
12 years old.
What part of Ohio?
Columbus, the capital city with no basketball team.
Right.
No pro team, biggest city in Ohio. But...
Right. You still a Buckeye fan?
Man, with my
That's funny. He froze up on us.
Hello?
Yeah,
I went black for a second, so I ain't know what was going on.
Yeah, probably because we was talking about the Buckeyes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sabotaging my shit, man. Okay, I got you, Detroit. All right.
That's what's up. So from Columbus, it's funny, man, because when we was like when y'all first hit, man, like I'm really an Alkaholic fan, man. I don't know if y'all can see this. This is my
I just got the phone with him. I just got the phone with King T, like right before this and everything.
That's what's up.
Dope.
Hey, when this was our introduction to the licks, man, and it was like listening to y'all flow, man. It was something different. Like I've been a King T fan forever, but it was like, man, y'all came on that motherfucker. We was like, damn, who is this? Then later on, we found out you was from Ohio. We like, okay, this is some Midwest shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was dope,
man. It was kind of weird how that panned out because I think because my cousin, DJ E Swift from the Alkaholiks, he's from Toledo. You know what I'm saying? So it was two of us from Ohio, and we had been doing music before we met him. And I think that just because we didn't have the strong LA accent, we weren't rapping about the same shit that everybody in LA was rapping about. We brought the Ohio roots to LA. It was, we was into that New York type of hip hop when we moved out there,
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying out there because I'm in Vegas now. I live in Vegas. I've been out here for a minute. But I think that's what people noticed because we got a buzz, like we had a buzz before we met King T, it was just me and Swift, and there wasn't no group in there, but we just called ourselves Tash and Swift. That was it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
Swift was a DJ that used to he had all this equipment and shit. I don't know, he got his little saved up or whatever he did, but he had all this hell of a shit that nobody had, like these big, the turntable crates and shit, and the SB1200s and beat machines and shit. And I'm thinking, like, where the fuck you getting all this money at and everything? He still ain't told me that part, but he was like the popular nigga DJing and shit in LA, and I went to live with him when I was 16 or something like that. So he was into everybody grew up on LL Cool J and all these different people, Run DMC and stuff like that. But it was like we was in the middle of LA. Our hearts and hip hop was with the East Coast kind of because we was on the lyrical shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't know. It just formed a fusion. It was like New York mixed with Ohio mixed with LA all in one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then we got J-Bo in there. He's like the most LA. You know what I'm saying? He talk country and all that, man. But so he was like the opposite side of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I rap fast, he rap slow. I do this, he do that.
That was the perfect mix, though, man.
Hey, when the last time you been to Cedar Point, Tash?
Oh, the road. What's the name of that motherfucker? The Beast. No, the Beast was at what's the name of the motherfucker? The Beast was at Kings Island. Cedar Point, nigga. I probably in diapers, man. Last time. I know I went to Kings Island a bunch of times. Cincinnati.
Yeah.
What's the big ass ride they had?
They had the Beast since at Kings Island.
Okay, I remember getting on that motherfucker and never got on it again. It was raggedy, man. That motherfucker.
What about the demon drop in Cedar Point?
Oh, the demon drop? That was called. I probably just fuck with that. I ain't been there since I was 11, so I probably missed that. I probably said fuck that.
I went to Kings Island on my 8th grade trip. That shit was so live.
Oh, you did? Right. You went to the one in Ohio because there's a couple of them.
Yeah, the one in Ohio.
Yeah,
We
that
stayed
shit
the
was
whole
live.
weekend. That shit was out cold.
They got the equivalent of that when I moved to LA. They got Magic Mountain.
Right.
Wow.
Magic Mountain used to be, man, that shit used to be crazy though. That was like I don't know, it was like they had these days when all the high schools go up there to be big ass
Yeah.
fights and shit.
Yeah.
Like, God
Yeah.
damn.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Hey, so who, like, I know you mentioned like LL and Run DMC and all of that. Who was some of your influences coming up?
Wow. I mean, I'm from Ohio, so you know I like that funk. You know what I'm saying? So it
Yeah.
gotta be rap music. I
Mhm.
mean, I grew up like everybody else. I grew up Got Manned Out. I grew up on Ohio players. You know, rap music is really what put me up on James Brown
Okay.
and all that and everything, but Bootsy and you know, Lakeside. But as far as rapping goes, man, I had to say the same as everybody else pretty much. I think I wanted to be LL. When I was in high school, I was like, this nigga only 1 year older than me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he got all this shit. I'm like, I know I could do that.
Yeah. Right.
I wasn't in shape like that motherfucker, but see, that's funny though, because my Asian partner, DJ Sarge, me and Swift met him in like 1980, I say 7 or something like that. Like we was in high school deep, and he recorded our first demo, and I just found the demo of me rapping at 15 years old. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Wow.
great.
And I couldn't believe it because I was using big words. Like LL had his style and everything, but I was really trying to compete on that big word level and all that shit and everything. Then I
Yeah.
mixed it with some street shit and everything. And I was like, this why motherfuckers was fucking with me. Cause like it sounded like some shit that I ain't trying to brag, but I rap way better then than I do now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I was like a hell of a prodigy and I didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? But Swift and everything, he used to have all the records around the house. So I guess Biz Marquee beat the Make the Music to Your Mouth Biz.
Yeah.
That was one that I said that's to this day my favorite beat in hip hop ever.
Oh
And shit.
wow.
Yeah, that's the shit.
But
Yeah.
I wrote some shit to that beat and Swift liked it. And so I used to carry this nigga crazy. I used to carry Swift crazy to the party just so I could get in for free and shit.
Right.
He lived with me. I mean, I lived with him and shit, him and his pops and shit, but like I used to have to work my keep and shit because he was like the star back then and shit. But he let me get on the mic and say that rap over the Biz Marquee beat. And I never looked back, man. Like that was it.
That's dope.
From that point on, it was like this shit is for me. Like it was, but I had a musical background. Background. My mother, she used to work for Al Green and shit back in the day. So, you know, I was on tour with him, me and his son, Poopy Richard. He was on. Norman was on tour when we was kids and shit. So music has always been in me. You know what I mean? It's in me, not on me.
What when was the first time y'all toured in Detroit?
I think there was the first one. I think the first one we did in Detroit. I was telling Butter this too. We used to do this spot called the St. Andrews Hall. We used to do that motherfucker like back to back for a minute. Like every time we dropped a single, they would bring us back like 2 or 3 times for that. You know what I mean?
We was there.
Oh, y'all was there for that?
We was all
I
there.
thought we did that motherfucker more than like 4 times. We did like at least 4. But then we used to go like to the hip hop shop out there. We was talking about this too. The Maurice Malone little hip hop shop where they rapped at his head. We was having fun over there. That's what I knew Detroit could rap though, nigga. I was like, oh man,
we was all there.
Oh, y'all know that? See?
Hey, you want to know something? Rest in peace, The Proof. But it was 2 instrumentals that would get everybody going. It was the Onyx instrumental for what was it, Last Days, and the instrumental for Damn. When Damn came on, everybody wanted to grab the mic.
Right.
That's one of them beats, but you could tell like with that bass line, dude. That's Ohio shit right there. That's
Hey, what's the key to y'all brotherhood, man? Y'all never really put out in the press, you know, a disbandment, you know what I'm saying? And y'all always gave off good energy, man. You know what?
I mean, we just one of them groups. I just think that like we look at it like if you hear and you blessed to, you know, still be doing this shit and everything. Like everybody so like nowadays generation and shit. Like I heard like somebody was calling them the mean-agers. They ain't the teenagers, they're the mean-agers and shit, shooting and killing and all this shit, whatever. But the whole thing is like this, man. Like we we was friends first, you know what I'm saying? And cousins and shit and this and that. And King T used to DJ for J-Roll and all this. So we go back longer than just some cake mix made up shit. Like, oh, he could rap and he could rap. Y'all should rap together and all this shit.
Right.
You know, a lot of groups get put together like that. And then when that money comes, then you see who really was fucking with who, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And chances are that's what the money is the rule. It's either bitches or the money that's gonna break up any cracking ass group. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know. But I just think that we ain't bitter, man. But God blessed us with an opportunity and some talent and all this shit, and we trying to make the most of it. We realize that it's better to get along and get the money than to be like, man, fuck you, and then you know the whole brand goes down the drain.
Right.
You know, because we've been doing this for 25 years, so it's a legitimate brand now. You know, and you know we ain't want to fuck that up. Even though J-Roll ain't even tripping and he ain't really rapping. I don't know if he's rapping, tell you the truth, but we do the shows and do these tours and shit. We just did a whole summer's worth of shit. And E Swift is the head of sounds at the MGM.
Oh, okay.
Big ass hotel and all that shit. So he be doing dope. Like he got a staff that works for him. I went up there tripping, like, look at the cuz like this. They got niggas with the staff shirts and he got the main shirt on with the big, like telling people what to do and shit. I'm like, okay. I'm like, nigga, what my WrestleMania tickets, nigga? He be doing sounds for shit like that and Celine Dion.
That's dope.
I be like, man, I like Celine Dion, but
Hey Tash, I always wanted to ask you, like, how did y'all hook up with King T and actually DJ Pooh too? How did that come about?
Like I said, King T, J-Roll, the rapper from the Alkaholiks, King T used to be J-Roll's DJ.
Okay.
When they was young and shit, right? So they was living. You ever heard of a place in California called Pacoima?
Nah.
Really. J-Roll and Whack 100 is the crack. That's the crackest ones from there. You know what I mean? Okay. But it's Smart, my boy Smart that worked with me.
Wait, hold on. I gotta go. You said King T was DJing for J-Roll?
Yeah. At this place called they used to go to this place called the Feeler Shop where they used to sell like the hip hop gear and they used to do shows there. And Scotty D from Compton and Tila from King T. I call him Tila, but King T from Compton. They used to go to the spot. Then Tila, he moved to the Pacoima. But he had all Compton coming to Pacoima and all this shit. But it was like more like King T. I don't know how, because King T was doing shit like when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? King T was cracking when I was in the 8th grade. So he must have been I think Tila was in high school when he was dropping the records though. So he's just a little bit older than me. But our cousin, I mean, we call him Cousin Kev, but he this guy used to hang with, I went to high school with. Cousin Kev knew J-Roll, I believe. Then he brought me and Swift to J-Roll. Then J-Roll was like, you ain't gonna believe who my homeboy is. And King T was cracking by this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we was like, shut the fuck up. He was like, I'll take you over there right now. And I'm just gonna give you the bottom line of how I think this whole shit transpired with us getting on and all that.
Oh, he faded out.
It's coming.
Yeah. Man, I would have never thought King T was DJing for J-Roll.
Yeah, that was heavy
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was super heavy.
Man.
We gotta talk about that rap life album in a minute.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was to that album last night.
Yo.
Yeah.
I ain't never had that happen. What was happening on your end? Somebody called my phone.
Yeah,
yo, let me do shit. I couldn't pick up the phone. I couldn't tell him to call back. I couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, your audio went out, but your video's still out too. So
y'all see me looking confused in the motherfucker.
Your video out. We still can't see you though.
Right now you can't?
No.
Hold up real quick. Okay, you send it to me on this link right here. Hold up.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, you had popped out and popped in, so he'd be back in.
King Davey D.
In the place to be.
All right, there you go.
Man, I don't know what the hell just happened.
Shit, that's technology. That's that Max Headroom shit.
That's me not knowing the technology. I was there like, man, what do I do? I was like, if I put this button, I hang up on the whole shit. But
right.
Where was we at, man?
You telling us about linking up with King T.
And, okay, so that's what happened. King T. Oh, that's the whole the whole moral to the story is that we got to know King T. We used to go to shows with him, and we wasn't a part of his shit. It's just that you know, we knew J-Ro and shit. So we was young. We weren't even supposed to be in them clubs, like 21 and over. It was like 18, 19 and shit. But what happened was we was hanging around him and shit, this and that. But people don't. Swift is nice on the cuts, but really what he was known for too was he was nice on the cuts, like the haircuts.
Oh wow!
So what happened was, why do people always say that? What happened was and all that shit. But anyway, King T, he invited. I mean, he didn't invite him. Swift was cutting his hair. He was his barber and shit, right? So he was cutting King T hair, and then King T got a call from somebody, I guess, and he basically was supposed to go on this tour with Too Short, Ice Cube, and some other motherfuckers and shit. And the first day was the next day, and somebody called King T and said, "Hey man, your DJ," and people were saying that, but I don't know the truth, so I'm just gonna tell you what the rumor was. The DJ that was in the Active Food video, and I ain't gonna mention his name because I don't know if it's true or not or whatever. But they say your DJ smoking crack. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he ain't gonna be able to make the tour, and the whole thing was J-Ro see Swift cut every day. So as soon as that was in the air, J-Ro was like, "Tila, the answer to this problem is sitting right next to you and shit." So KT had some turntables. He let Swift do his little wiggy, and they said, "You know, that motherfucker was up out of here." And Swift came home packing his shit, nigga. Like, I'm out there KT tomorrow, nigga.
Right. What to eat get Swift.
Hey, so I had to wait that one out. But when he got back, he was officially King T DJ. So next thing you know, we all in the same gang on Arsenio Hall and all this nigga videos, and we opening up. I mean, not opening up, but hype man for him and shit. People don't realize one of the best dancers to ever fuck with hip hop dancing is one of the best MCs right now to fuck with hip hop dancing. People don't realize me and J-Bo used to hype man for King T. This dude named Dags and Razkaz was our dancers.
Oh,
so I don't know if you heard the rapper Razkaz. We talk about fucking up on some dancing.
Man.
Because I tell him that all the time. I say, Raz, man, you should incorporate shit, that dancing in your new shit because, nigga, he like, man, fuck no. I ain't that nigga used to run up to the wall, flip off the wall, land, do the split, all this shit. Like, I don't know what's up with you. I say, nigga, you should incorporate that shit. But he's over it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, shout out to King T, man. I remember I remember like some years after Bass was out, the video, I remember watching it back and I'm like, damn, that's DJ Quick in the audience and shit.
Yeah.
In the crowd. But it was cool to see him put y'all on and bring y'all on. And now you doing the same thing for other people, man. So that lineage is still continuing, man.
Yeah, man. Shit. Like the whole thing is that's what I that's another Ohio thing too, man. We friend, family, loyal, family orientated motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So if I have an opportunity to help somebody, you know what I mean? I'd rather go that route than be like, oh, I'm big shit and you're not, and all this crazy ass shit. It's weirdo. It's a weird game we're in right now because it's like a whole bunch of people think they big shit. They ain't really did nothing, you know what I mean? I'll play it off like I don't know what the fuck is up. I just be like, yeah. But in my mind, I'm just letting this nigga be himself. Just be yourself, because it's going, that's what I do. I let people be themselves to once they play themselves, then they know that I know now, you know. I know that didn't make any sense, but to me it did. I got my man V1C just said he tapped in too. That's
they on Oakland. I see him in there. We gonna bring him on.
Man, Sophyne over there too.
Yeah. Let me ask you too, real quick, Tash, because me and Butter, and Dave too, but me and Butter was tight, and we just always was big fans of West Coast MCs that had bars as well. Mm-hmm. But my top 5, people will ask me anytime. My top 5, especially West Coast MCs, always included you, King T, and Threat. So anybody know where Threat is at? Because I'm
like, the Threat. Threat was in the same spot he was in. Back then, he got the same house, big ass house.
Promo Threat.
You got the Threat. I was about to say I was on that one, but I wasn't on that one. But yeah, I go all the way back with Threat, man. Like Threat, people like put it this way. Threat, MC8, and King T rapped on our demo tape before we had a deal on one song. You know what I mean? Like they must have saw something. They ain't want no money, no. Well, we was fucking with King T, but you know, we never put that shit out. But Threat was definitely like that. That's who I used to like. You know how you I mean, I don't know how it is now, but how they used to, like, if you get in a room and there's MCs in the room, it's a competitive thing, but it's a good competitive. Like, if you play basketball and say you go one-on-one with your homeboy and he gets you, be like, give me the ball back. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, me and Threat used to write a lot of shit for a lot of people.
Yeah, and I know.
You know, and so we used to always, you know, spar and everything. But really, tell you the truth, that's the question you asked me earlier, who was my influences? Definitely Threat was one of them. Because I was with him every day, and I just like, damn, how this nigga
that's crazy
deliver his shit like that, but he don't, like, I don't know. He developed his own shit, and I just was like, damn.
Dog, you just made my day with that.
Like, yeah, I was there for a lot of shit with him, and you know, he's a great dude. He does he lives right by the airport, the LAX and shit. He got a what's those little, like the little miniature lowrider cars and shit like that, like all the toys, like them little gas cars and shit.
Yeah,
he got lowrider ones. He got the little medium-sized ones and shit that you could, like, what's his crib? He got a arsenal with them motherfuckers. But he working on the LA Zoo album right now. That's what Mayhem said.
Dope. That's dope. So I just had to bring that up because
that's always gonna be my favorite rapper though.
Oh man, because we all listen to Ice-T, Ice Cube, NWA.
A lot of threat up in them names. You just
I never wanted to be gangster until I heard Threat.
He said he will be that nigga. That's what. Tell you the truth, I'm gonna speak on it because that's the homie. But a lot of people say that he would have been the next Ice Cube, the next, you know, this, that, whoever. But he kept going to jail. You know what I mean? He went to jail. Then he got out, went to jail.
Yeah, that's dope.
And you know, he's had to sit down right in the peak pinnacle. That's what I'm telling my homeboys that's out there doing anything. Do one or the other. Leave the rap shit alone till you get the money to do you. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to do both because you're gonna be mad as fuck when you railroad yourself. You sitting there like, damn, if I'd have just made that left instead of that right.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's all about
I'm warning people ahead of time, man. It's way more fun not looking over your shoulder and all this shit.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I ain't never even liked that type of lifestyle. When I'm with niggas, like, why am I getting in a car with a nigga with bulletproof glass in the car? Like, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is... Okay, you know, but that's just me loving my life. That's it.
Hey, you know what I want to say when Eazy-E started off his album and he said Compton, Michigan.
Compton, Michigan, nigga. Yeah, man. It's really Compton, Michigan, though. Yeah. I knew it was. See, I knew you were going to say that. I used to wonder that. I said, Compton, Michigan.
We used to think King T was from Compton. We was like, but where's the palm tree? You know, why's the palm trees there? It was so.
You thought you were Compton, Michigan?
Yeah, man, we thought everybody from Compton, you know, just to. When Eazy was saying Compton, he kind of confused us on the map. You know, we
Compton wasn't really cracking right back then. Right. It wasn't like that. But let me shout out somebody else too, LA legend, because you brought a Threat and Pooh and all these different people. Shout out Mixmaster Spade, man. That's
yeah.
That's who I think the world needs to go back and listen to. That nigga used to cheer us up, man. Like, that was the funniest, fun motherfucker. Rest in peace, Spade, though. But that's where it all came from, was what I'm hearing. You know.
That's funny. Yeah, hey man, we was sitting here tripping because they did the Loud Records tribute.
Yeah.
And I ain't see the licks on there, man.
But that's what I told. I called Steve and shit. But you know, we text nowadays. He don't pick up the phone for me because he know I was gonna say some shit like that. But we got so many calls about that shit. I'm cool. I don't give a fuck because we know what we did, and the people that really was there know what we did and all that. So it's just like. That's what you always gonna get in this business is unloyal, ungrateful, this, that. You know what I mean? Everybody knew we started Loud Records. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have the 3-6 Mafia. Even though I love the 3-6 Mafia, but they ain't started. You know what I mean?
Right.
And this and that. I'm saying I'd rather be the 3-6 Mafia and the Licks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, you know, I ain't just putting it on them though. But you know, Raekwon said he Inspector Deck told us that him and Raekwon stood up for us and was like, "What the fuck with the licks and all this?" And they had some long ass excuse about exhibits people didn't BT people didn't fuck with exhibit people, and they put us in that mix and all. And I was trying to tell them, man, all that whatever, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Y'all didn't put us on there, so that's the bottom line. So all the this and that don't even matter no more. You know what I mean? Like, that made them look bad, not us. You know, but
right.
Y'all helped lay
it'd have been great to be there.
That was one of the first groups to pop off on our records.
Yeah, but it's like when they did that big ass loud reunion shit, and remember it was a big ass concert. We did that at Times Square, and I forgot the name of the building, the famous ass building, the Radio City Music Hall.
Okay.
Sold out, but the motherfuckers put us on when the people was still walking people to their seats and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know the movie theater be lit and then it gets dark and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They put us on when the shit was still lit, niggas sitting down and everything. So I started getting mad, man. But I'm not a mad man. I just started getting mad, man. And I don't know, man. I just want feeling that shit. And I just want to get the fuck out of there. Like,
yeah, that ain't cool.
This. And then everybody said we rocked it though. I'm gonna put some posters up because somebody just sent me some footage from there. But I'm gonna show you how they did us. Then I'm gonna show you how they did them. You know what I'm saying? Whoever it was, like it was just. But I ain't even tripping. I don't even give a fuck about all that no more. It's like loud, open the door for us to go be our own men. You know what I'm saying? Our own self. I don't look back at. They don't owe me nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But I know Steve Rifkin, so I know who you are, and I know what you're about, and I know, you know what I mean. Right. So he already know what. This is a family show.
Yeah.
No,
it's for everybody.
We are a family
like
here,
this little ass joint I had in my hands, man.
No, go ahead.
Just tell them it's CBD.
hey, Tash, these two smoke like
I bet you they don't smoke more than the nigga about to get on this line. I bet you. And they can have it. My boy Sophyne get on here, you gonna see and then I don't know. V1 said he be in the smoke too, but I'll tell you, Sophyne, it's a human chimney, man.
I just finished. Can you see this?
Hey, can I introduce y'all to my people because they keep texting me? They
let's bring them on so we can see what else you got going on too.
I mean, this is them, but this is them.
What up, though, y'all?
What up, though?
Top of the day, fellas.
What up, though?
Oh, okay, they are there. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay, that's a dude on the right. That's V1C. That's a producer out of Oakland, California that's working with the greats, and he's doing. Me and him is fucking around right now. We just did a couple songs. I did one for him. He's throwing me some beats and shit. But the reason I got him on here because he got some good he's the hottest producer that caught my ear. I just feel like he needs this this shine right quick.
Now.
And the other guy that's sitting right there, that's my brother right there, the movie star / rapper / singer / the man wears many hats, but that's Sophyne right there. That's my brother. That's my
top of the day, y'all.
To the devil.
That's dope. What up, bro?
What up, though?
And I brought him on here so we can tell you about this new movie he's starring in that I went to the premiere, and it's a blockbuster, man. It's a classic called Ron Nixon. But
yeah, tell us about the movie.
Man, it's epic. Tell you the truth, I built a camaraderie with the whole entire family. I was probably like two Thanksgivings ago. First and foremost, y'all, my name's Sophyne. I'm from San Diego, California. I apologize. My name's Sophyne. I'm from San Diego, California. Y'all can find me on Sophyne Westcoast. But I was at my mom's house in Texas a couple summers ago, and I got this phone call from a guy direct. And, he was like, "Man, I've been peeping your Instagram, and I got this role. I feel like you would be perfect to play." So he chopped me the sides, and I read them, and it was crazy because I'd never been in a movie before. And maybe like a week before that, I went to go interview Kabi Supreme from All Money In with my boy Joe Black, High End Radio. Shout out to Joe Black. And they was like, "Man, we instantly linked. Like, man, I want you to come. We finna do this video, for Nip, and I want you to come and be part of the shit." I'm like, "Yeah." And then like the day that he wanted me to come for the video, my boy Sky called me. He was like, "Yo, we're gonna be filming. I need you to be here." You know what I'm saying? And I'm so West Coast, bro. In my head, I'm like, there's no way hell I'm finna miss this Nipsey Hussle video, right? But I heard this voice like, drive straight when it's time to get to that 15-10 split, and I drove straight. Probably the best decision I ever made.
Well, do you go off the when you reading the papers a lot? Do you go off the cuff sometimes? You what you call it add-on or pantomime or whatever, going off the, freestyle sometimes, or how natural is acting hard for you?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Like at first I was terrified, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was terrified, bro, because but when I first got here, just a quick little story. When I first got there, before he had gave me the lines memorized, but he only gave me like 3 lines. And then once I spit the lines and they gave me the role, they gave me like the whole script, right? So I'm reading
Right.
the script. It's like
Right.
like lines and shit, right?
Right.
But while we on I'm like lip syncing everybody's lines and shit, right? I'm a rapper, so I didn't memorize the shit. But he didn't give me my lines. He gave me somebody else's lines that he wanted me to do. So when it got there, I was like, oh shit, I didn't know what to do, right? So I hopped in my car and I panicked. I'm like, I'm finna leave. Right? But it was like, in reality, I wasn't finna make myself look crazy. But
Right.
like Lear, I was about to run, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I looked down and read the lines. And I was like, bro, this is regular shit. This everyday shit. This is really my life. And I just, one paragraph at a time, I looked. And I was like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. And I hopped out the car and acted, bro.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's dope. So who in the film with you?
Oh man, so it's me, it's Lil Fizz from Love and Hip Hop, supergroup B2K. We got Wavy Jones that played Biggie in the biopic, which was super big. We got Apple Watson there before she had her accident, super big.
Who's the main dude that got out of jail? I gotta tell them about him. What's that guy's name?
Back, we got Jordan Lee Brown. He was the main bad guy, main actor. He won Best New Actor award at the Michelle Film Festival. We got nominated 7 times, won 2 awards: Best Editor, Best New Actor. We got a little kid. He's like 9 or 10. This little dude is so vicious. He's on the set reading like Tom Clancy books and shit like this. He wrote Nick. We got CC. We got who you talking about, Tash? Who's in jail?
Nah, that was you already said it. The dude that got out that was looking for the little boy. I mean, it's not the little boy.
Oh yeah, Jordan Lee Brown. He plays Slice. So we got nominated.
It's a killer movie though. I just gonna tell y'all that, man. It's a definitely. You're gonna see this a lot of Sophyne. That's when he plays a Crip. Right up his alley. You know what I'm saying?
So, hey, state the name of the movie too again. When is it coming out?
It's called Run Nixon. BET actually purchased the movie, so it's gonna be streaming on BET Plus for a little bit. It's gonna go to Netflix after that. They actually just released the movie, so I'm unsure. It's my first time being in something. So I don't know what the process is, and they're gonna be filming Run Nixon 2 pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? So a little birdie told me. You know what I'm saying? So it should be up.
That's dope. Dope. And this dude right here next to him, V1C.
Salute.
The reason I really fucking with him is because he remind me of some dudes that I helped along the way. Let's put it like that. Madlib, E Swift, and Theory Has It. Them 3 dudes, man, something about it. I see something. You know what I mean? When I see it, I know what I see, but it takes the rest of the world to, you know what I'm saying, to see what I see. I think this dude about to be the next premier. Put it that way.
Damn. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Jay Dilla is our homeboy, man. So when
like that type of vibe. Like that type of vibe.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to go play with him? I bet you whatever you play right now ain't whack. I bet you that. Nah, never mind. It's an interview. It'll take too long.
Hey, you ever see some simulations at Detroit and Oakland, man? Like you ever been to Detroit or heard,
Yes, I do. But I do. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what's because they don't really dress alike. They don't really talk alike. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a hustle mentality. I don't know if it ain't the scenery, I don't think. Because the Bay look like the Bay. I don't know. Why do you think Oakland and that's like a hub city of each other? Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's some of the slang. It's not the exact slang, but it kind of got the same kind of style to it. You know what I'm saying? And even like some of the cars we drive, all that stuff, man.
It's the old school cars and it's the funk music.
And it's a serious demeanor amongst
folks. That's it. So Fine said that the demeanor, that's what it is too. Yeah, that's dope.
Man, name one of your favorite tracks, man. That you heard that kind of motivated you to be a producer.
New York State of Mind, even being from the Bay, but DJ Premier.
Wow.
New York State of Mind. And then, I came up through Digital Underground. They kind of took me on tours and
Recipe
backstage.
Shock G.
So Shock G, Too Many Tears, So Many Tears.
Oh, Tupac.
He used to play. He would do the show, do all the hits, and then during the show, he would just play So Many Tears on the keyboard.
Mm.
And then he would bring, it'd be 100 niggas in the Bay trying to get on, so backstage. So he would bring certain people on, and then you just have to know your rap.
Mm.
And then that's kind of how I started. That was my first. That was my first show.
Sophyne, of course, you know what I'm saying? We toured with Digital for the longest and everything, but Sophyne was great friends with Shock G too. Like,
wow.
That's what I think told me when he passed, and we took that super hard, but he still rides for Shock. We all do, you know what I'm saying? Never let his legacy die. That was
I did like 3 songs with Shock G. He taught me some production techniques, mixing, mastering techniques. Just sitting in the van, the airplanes, the hotel. You would think, what is he talking about? What would he be telling you? You know what I'm saying? And he would just be spitting straight, just knowledge, just like do this, do that. He'll be telling you not to do. I'll be hyphy, and he'd be like, nah. We gotta do it. don't be hyphy. Do it like this. So that's and I started producing because I didn't know the business, and I got caught up with getting beats from a bunch of people without having a no deal, no contract, no paperwork, no agreement. So they would just be like, "Oh, I see you rocking with Shock and Money B. Man, take these beats." And then later, if I make if I do something tight with it, then it might cost a little bag. So So I said, let me get in there, and start studying and make my own beats.
Right. So you good on the piano? You a piano man yourself?
Yeah, I played in school. I played the violin. I had a piano at the house. My grandmother used to have a piano. And I played the violin because I didn't want to put my mouth on none of the instruments.
All right, okay.
So people are like, why you play the violin? I'm like, that's one of the only ones I ain't got to put my But I learned, you carry that over to these programs, and even before that, but like MPCs and different programs, Reason. It's easy to use if you know how to use instruments. If you know singing and tones and different stuff like that. So I do a lot of sampling and stuff, but then you got to be careful with that too.
Right.
So I figured out a way to make my samples my stuff. Like like I might write a verse or somebody else did, and I'll be like, "Oh, you said that was dope. What you said right there." I'm gonna take that little part and put it on the hook in the scratches or something like that. Right. So I would sample my own material so we don't have it's all in house.
Smart.
That's dope. That's smart. Yeah, that's dope.
Hey, I'm actually out of Detroit right now. It's a female out there that just did a movie called Get Paid. It's on Tubi. Have y'all seen that?
Get Paid.
No, not yet.
We're gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think her name is China. Her name is China, and then I got a dude out there named Frank Brown, St. Louis, and he out there in Detroit messing with the dudes, the acting little circle out there, and they about to bring me out there actually doing something with T Grizzly.
Okay.
Oh, that's dope.
All right.
That's dope.
I'm about to come out there too because I'll be talking back and forth to Royce the 5'9".
Okay.
And I told him, because I got this hat on my head, this shit right here, this is my clothing company. It's called Live Victorious. It's out in Las Vegas, but basically it's a clothing brand and everything, but it has a whole message behind it. I'll get y'all the information to the website so you can check out, read this long ass story of what it's really about. But we just sent Royce another box of that shit, but we fuck with him. But when we was talking, he was like, "He used to come out here, so I guess he has a compound out there or something in the D."
Yeah.
He lives in some place out there called I think the place is called
Heaven Studios.
What's it called?
Heaven Studios.
But it's like Birmingham, Detroit, or something.
Yeah. So it's north of Detroit. It's in the suburb of Detroit, probably about like 8 or 9 miles north of the Detroit border.
Right.
So
right, but I don't think that's where he live or no shit. I just think I don't know. He just had the PO shit was out there, the PO box to send and shit to. I don't know, but anyway, man.
Man, talk about man, Tash. I didn't mean to cut you, man. Talk about that Rap Life album, man. MCs on golf carts with Dayton's and you and Raekwon was.
No cap. I directed that video.
Wow.
Chris Robinson, he got the credit for it, but I bought the ideas to him and he brought them to life. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's dope.
It was a trip because the Dayton's with the lawnmower shit, that was just a last minute shot in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole thing we already had the lawnmower scene and shit, and the motherfucking we had all these props and shit that was in the back of this truck to bring to the video thing, and I looked. And you know how the Dayton don't have no lugs and shit. Got like the circle. You know what I mean?
You got to use the hammer.
And I looked and I saw the lawnmower. I said, "Nigga, this look just like the." And I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "Who got some Daytons?" I had a homeboy. He had 4 Daytons that was in his corner of his garage, stacked up, just waiting to put on something. I said, "Just bring me one." He bought one Dayton over there. That motherfucker fit. He was like, "Oh shit!" But that was like, I think niggas knew me more for that than they did the album and shit. Like they even come up and say, "Hey, nigga, good album." They come up and say, "Hey, nigga, I saw Raekwon up in there with." They say none of that shit. They was like, "Nigga, the Daytons on the lawnmower," and that was like a big deal in LA and shit.
That nigga said, like, "Nigga, the Daytons."
But you gotta watch what you do because see that little shit right there, that was a shot in the dark, and it worked. But see, when I thought about I want, because everybody that knows me knows I love sharks and all this other shit from a child. But I said I want a shark to swim in the pool. And Chris Robinson said, "Okay, we're gonna make it happen." And then I didn't pay no more attention to it. Nigga, this motherfucker put up with like this truck, nigga, with this fake ass shark on the back. Nigga, that one thing cost like $7,000 for this one. I said, "Man, fuck this truck." Like $7,000. Like, nigga, it was a big rig and shit. I was like, damn, man. It was you only saw that shark for 2 seconds in that video. I threw the meat through the shark. And that was about it. I was like, man, you gotta watch it. Man.
Right. This shark.
That video ended up being a grip, nigga. That's it. The video was at Muhammad Ali house.
Wow.
Muhammad Ali had to go find something to do while Raekwon filming. My house was some other motherfucking famous motherfucker there, Raekwon. He was standing in front of the Muhammad Ali house. Right off of Wilshire, that little area over there, that little nice shit over there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the champ, man. Yeah. So that video got a lot of history though. I crashed my Corvette there that day. I used to drink a lot, man, in case I didn't hear that.
The shark in the Dayton.
That's crazy. Hey, your son rap too, right?
No, my daughter.
Your daughter, okay.
Yeah. I stopped smoking cigarettes on the 1st, and I've been smoking 1 black and mild a day. I just get it, put it out, later smoke it, put it out. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey, you be freaking that bitch?
Huh?
You be freaking the black and mild?
Freaking it? What you mean? I just started smoking these 2 days ago. Man.
Oh, okay.
You gotta show what you mean, Dave.
And niggas in the hood take the black and mild. They be doing all this shit.
And then pull the inside out. All this shit on. I ain't that deep. I'm about to quit this. It's gonna look like freaking the black and mild. The cheapest shit on itself. I'm over here freaking it. Nah, nigga.
If you go back to Ohio, a young nigga gonna be in front of the corner store freaking the black and mild.
That's all the niggas do, man. I told somebody, I said, nigga, if I go back to Ohio right now, we get off the plane, I bet you I can go to my old hood, and I bet you I can tell you everybody that's gonna be standing outside this one store and tell you everybody how they're standing. Like they've been doing it since I was a kid, nigga, and I'm 50. You know what I'm saying? And it never fails. Them niggas is older doing the same shit. and for the fake cold barbershop. I'm like, nigga.
Wow.
Y'all been here since I was in the 8th grade. Nigga, I've been here since I was in the 8th grade.
Hey, Sophyne, I want to ask you, tell me some, to guys that you mentioned Copy Supreme earlier.
Yes, sir.
You know, those guys got businesses in the neighborhood, him along with Nipsey and those guys. You know, talk about how important that is, you know, even for, you know, just for the communities, you know, worldwide, and just even just the fear that it gave, you know, seeing Nipsey pass at his business, how still important it is to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen
think one of the biggest.
Cobby's still moving, you know.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's crazy you said that because that's actually where he wanted us to meet him at. He wanted us to meet him. They had just opened up All Money and Kids, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah, APN Kids. And it was an offshoot. So Cobby, he literally sat there and told us, bro. He said the reason why they got all that shit, the Adidas and the Puma deals, I mean, and the music and all that shit still was because Nip set that shit up for them. Nip felt that it was so important that being gang members, growing up there, grandparents and our cousins and aunties still being there, still owning pieces of the section, right?
Right.
We took so much section, we need to give back to the section. And that means if your neighbor struggling with some groceries, help them put their groceries in the house or take out the trash to the curb, or you know what I'm saying? So when Nip got his revenue up big enough to put something, he wanted to put something there in the hood. He didn't want to leave the hood. He wanted to put something there in the hood that people could go to and be like somebody did something for us. So like when we do shit, when we do these big things, like right now, Tash knows, you know, we give out a lot of food through Amazon. You know what I'm saying? We give out like 300 turkeys and shit, and Thanksgiving, in San Diego, and a bunch of other places. When we do stuff, bro, we just do stuff from the heart, hoping that our music, our books, our beats, our podcasts, it reach somebody that's sitting there thinking that they the only ones in the world going through this shit, that they the only ones in the world that ain't nobody hearing. They fumble across YouTube and see this, or fumble across Instagram, or get a phone call from their idol early in the morning, like, "Yo, bro, I'm finna. Are you gonna get me a chance to let people hear my boom? I appreciate you, big bro." And those are the things that push us to make sure that we're not being selfish, because we're gonna look back at our work, homie, and it's like, was we doing this shit for money, or was we doing this shit really for the music, our catalog? Are we doing it for our people, or are we doing it for some shoes and jeans and shit? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. And my dude's an author. I left that off the list. He an author too. He got a book that he wrote.
Shout out the book, man.
Money, Power, Muscle.
Absolutely. I got a book called Money, Power, and Muscle. Tash is also in it. It's I actually turned it to a mini series. I just got some news the other day, Tash. I ain't got a chance to talk to you yet. I just got here, but I got a phone call the other night. Director of Run Nixon is interested in my Money, Power, and Muscle, so we probably gonna be turning that into a mini series pretty soon.
That's dope.
I appreciate
you. Did tell me that. You told me that. I said that's big shit. That's my dude doing it all, man. He wear a lot of hats. I'm proud of him though, because he took. See, can I tell you business so far?
Go ahead, big bro.
This nigga, I knew him before. He's one of them niggas I was telling, man, like, man, you a popular nigga in these streets, and that's when the haters come out. That's when you least expect a nigga to do. When you thinking you the man and all that shit, that's when niggas jump out and you know, I ain't gonna go into all that, but he had to sit down for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, for a couple years, and I kept in tune with him and shit, but while he's in there, he was turning his life around, though. It wasn't like his life was fucked up before that, you know what I'm saying, but you know, when you got time to think and shit, and he came out with all these plans, and now he's executing them. And that's what I'm trying to tell all these young niggas, that you got to start with a plan, man. You can't just gun-ho shit and shot in the dark shit. Motherfuckers is rapping, making triple what you getting because you don't have a plan. You just out here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just telling my brother that I'm proud of him and shit, because he, you know, he did what he said he was gonna do, and he said what he mean and mean what he say, you know what I mean? So, you know, Shit. That's it. I'm just giving this flowers. Like people tell me all the time, they give me my flowers and shit. So I'm just proud. I'm just telling them, letting you know on the air that we ain't above giving niggas they flowers. It's like V1C. Ever since I met him, I tell him, I say, you don't. I think he getting a little big headed though. I might have to. How you cut him off? Let's cut him off real quick.
I ain't even said nothing.
nothing yet, but okay.
Hey, I want to ask you.
That's a talented dude, and I just want people to. I want you to play a beat right quick. I bet you.
Man, I want to hear one of your tracks as well, man. I want to ask you.
Oh, I got one pulled up because you got to stay ready. Let me see.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Hold on, cut up. Go ahead, throw that up.
I did sample this though.
Ooh. Yeah, that's the stylistic shit.
Nah.
It's not. Who is that?
This is Jay Spencer from the town. He from Oakland.
Damn. Okay.
He they from my hood. But he died though.
They got that Cadillac vibe to it.
Yeah. Jazz. He played, he had jazz. He had it on lock with the jazz.
Hey man, I write urban. I write urban.
But I just did I got a track with Planet Asia, Razkaz. That's out right now on the video on YouTube. It's called There Is No Opponent. Then I got the track with Tash, of course. I got tracks with everybody, but at a certain point, I was just like y'all was talking about the bars, so that's like important to me. So if when you listen to my tracks, I'm trying to spit the hottest bars possible. We don't get enough in the town. It's mostly like I'm gonna just call it trap, or they calling it drill now, but it's really just trap, drill, get money, hustling. But it ain't too many artists that do the style that I do. You know what I'm saying? From the Bay in the town, specifically East Oakland, California, where I'm from. So it's because I used to rap when I used to be with Money B and them. I would be trying to do what's the vibe right now. They had the Sex in the Studio and just different. So you'd be just to try to blend in and be, but then I said, nah, because you could shout out to Essential. I don't know if y'all heard of Essential. And who else? Massive. They call him Massive now, but his name was Fifth, but he working with Dr. Dre. He out of San Diego too. So
okay.
That's family right there. So he be spitting them bars. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He be spitting
high powered.
So
absolutely.
So that was what, and then with the way Shock G would bring you on at the show, you never know if you're gonna get what time you're gonna get on. It wouldn't be set up. So you just had to have your rap or your freestyle or whatever ready and just be, you know what I'm saying, ready to go. Because they was doing big shows in front of large crowds. So you can't get nervous. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of making sure you know your rap. If you coming off the dome, then come off the dome like Mr. Fab, the freestyle king. He one of the only people that he is the freestyle king in the Bay.
That was hard.
Him and Royce had a battle. Yeah,
ain't nobody that can, So when you got people like that, then you gotta have. If you writing your rap, then and you're gonna take your time, then you gotta make sure it's dope. You can't come into the arena with people like that backstage, and then you gotta, you just wrote your rap in 15 minutes. You can't do it too hot. And so I might take a little bit more time to write the rap, but it's gonna definitely be something that I'm gonna make you look up. I'm gonna make you look up some
Man,
words.
this motherfucker be using words. You be like, nigga, you made that up. That ain't no real word. I'll be calling here trying to decode. I'll be like, what the hell does this mean right here?
Decode.
The a little wet, motherfucker.
So I'm all about like the creativity, the everything, even the cover art. Like my little homie was just asking me, like, man, why do you take so long coming up with just the cover? I like, because it all comes to the cover is more important than anything to me, because it's like that's what's gonna get people to say, what is this? You know, let me see what this dude is talking about. And then you got to start it off with the hottest beats, the hottest bars. And so I got all that from just being, and then, you know, like, of course, Tash from the alcohol, you know, he's the bar spitting, you know what I'm saying? Coming out straight spit.
Totally. Right.
So
you know how to tip off that shit. Like, what the hell are bars these days? Because I don't know what the hell bars. Like everybody here says bars, but everybody like different shit. You know what I'm saying? Like to me,
Rico pop some of that shit he had 15 years ago on the beat right now and smash some of these niggas right now on my mama.
I'm saying is like to me, 20. If you just rapping about what you see and shit like that, like Too Short got bars. You know what I'm saying? To me. You know what I'm saying? Because he's rapping about real shit that, you know what I mean? But they just bought that. That's, I don't know how to say it.
It's the way he says it, the creativity behind it.
Yeah, and that's what I always thought bars was. Because if you think about it, I don't be saying no hell of a technical, barred up shit. I just be making niggas laugh and shit. I might slip a joke in, might do this, but it's the way that you flow, I think, that make you stand out. Like, if I rap faster, I put a lot of words in a little space, so it sounds like I'm rapping way better than I really am. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a craft. This shit.
It's a delivery.
Yeah,
delivery.
The whole energy.
Everybody got different deliveries.
Yeah.
So
it's a delivery too, but it's also coming up with the shit other people hadn't thought of and saying it in a way to be like, damn, he said what I was thinking, but I couldn't say it and create it that way. You know what I'm saying? So,
or I thought he was gonna say, you know, you might say awesome, so and so is awesome, and then what rhymes with awesome? So then you might be trying to assume in your mind,
awesome.
He gonna say Slauson. He gotta say Slauson.
I lost him on Slauson.
That would be basic. That's a basic, you know. But if you say awesome and then, you know,
he was flossing, so I off him on Slauson.
Yeah, I'm awesome. I shot him awesome.
All that shallow shit.
Threw him in the coffin.
At the
I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm about to watch, nigga.
Hey, speaking of that, man, Tash, you ever heard that Biggie sound like King T a lot?
Yeah, I said that on the drink test, and niggas hit me up like, damn, we get it now. We like, but nigga, Biggie, but on the real, Biggie didn't used to tell us he sound like King T, but he told us face to face many nights, all of us, that King T was the nigga he listened to. That was his favorite rapper from the West Coast, is what he used to say. But he said, technically, the niggas around him was saying, no, nigga, fuck the West Coast. That was a nigga favorite rapper. Nigga, like,
right.
You know, Lil Caesar tell me that. Biggie used to tell me that, and I was, because we went on tour with with Biggie. It was before the beef. I said on the drink tank it was during the beef, but then everyone them called me, was like, nah, nigga, that was before the beef. But it was like we was the only West Coast group on the tour. You know what I'm saying? It was like it was uncomfortable, but we was getting love though. Cause I think they thought we was from the East Coast. And so they wasn't tripping that. We just had records on BET, so they was with it. You know what I'm saying? But King T wasn't on the tour, and every day Biggie used to come and be like, man, I'll pay for it. Just tell the nigga come. I think T was on house arrest or some shit, man. But
that's crazy.
I forgot why he ain't come, because he was requested many times. You know, Biggie was his, Biggie was a big King T dude, man.
You can hear it when his album came out, because he had two different flows. When Biggie first came out, he had the fast, high pitched voice. And then we slowed it up and got the deep voice. That was the more like the King T influence coming out in him.
If you listen to the song, because Biggie used to always say, he said, I wish, man, I could have got my hands on that beat, King T the Great. He said, that's my favorite King T song. But if you listen to King T the Great now, what you hear? Biggie. Like, you like that. I don't know if it's the voice, the pattern, if you close your eyes and think of Biggie while this song is playing, you'll get it. You'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nah,
and what's funny is King T was, even though he was a West Coast dude, like listening to what he do At Your Own Risk. Then they did the Marley Marl remix.
Yeah.
He always had like a East Coast feel to him too. You know what I'm saying?
But King T, he always had East Coast vocabulary and wordplay. It was above the normal gangster flavor. It was more technical with this shit.
Yeah, because see what it is, like when everybody in LA was rapping one way, like just like you said with the bars, everybody knew King T had bars for the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they was saying King T, he's the best gangster rapper. You know what I'm saying? And all this. And they was like, it's Cube, King T, and Ice-T. Then it was Cube, King T, Ice-T, then another gangster. Then, you know what I mean? But they was always giving, Tila big ups for his gangster bars, though. You know what I mean? Like
I think he appealed to Detroit like that, and Brooklyn, like how just the same how Biggie felt. We felt like he was a part of us. He was on there with the Levi jackets, and you know what I'm saying. It's like that whole swag. It wasn't complex. It was tricky, but you know what I'm saying.
But he was fucking with the East Coast because really Ice-T put King T in the game. Yeah. King T put us in the game. Ice-T was cracking so hard on the East Coast. If Ice-T liked you, it was a rap. You know what I'm saying? The East Coast was fucking with you. Ice-T and King T. Remember you asked me that question earlier. That was my two biggest influences right there. It was King T and Ice-T. Because they the only mentors that ever sat me down and really told me I had some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else they was like, oh, this nigga. They seen me starting to make noise and shit, and so they would try to push me to the side so I wouldn't be in their way. You know what I'm saying? And all this, but them niggas took me under, and they gave me a job.
And one of the pad. Yeah, one of the things too, a lot of people don't pay attention to is the West Coast influence on LL with that whole LA Posse production.
Right.
Yes, man. That's who bring. That's. I'm glad you said that. Because a lot of people don't know that story. Shout out to MC Breeze, LA Breeze.
The young
Breeze, my homeboy too. But he told me the whole story about that shit. That was a crazy ass story. Like all them songs that LL dropped and blew the fuck up on, them was Breeze demos.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? LA Posse produced them and then LL heard them and one of them beats and they worked out something. But that yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
I want to say I Need Love was Breeze beat because I heard the demo when he played. I was like, wow. It's on the same shit. But the funny part is that the niggas that did it, the LA Posse, I ain't talked to them dudes in years. Muffler and Big Dad, they just called me because we got a show at the Super Bowl and I was telling Butter we got a show on that Tuesday before the Super Bowl because they got like Super Bowl week out there and shit. So they trying to book something for Saturday, but we got something cracking on Tuesday, but it's thrown by the LA Posse. That's who's throwing the shit.
Damn.
I like these motherfuckers still around. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody made their niche and carved their own way, but they're the promoters for the shit.
That's dope.
Wow.
Still getting that rap money.
Hey, Oaktown, I want to ask you, man, one more question. For upcoming producers, man, what you suggest they need? Cats that's trying to come up in the game and they're not foot planted down with the equipment you got there, man. How much money would they need? What would they need to get started as a producer?
Not much. I mean, I'll even say I make it look good because the equipment don't really. It ain't the equipment. It's the It ain't the equipment. That's all I can tell you.
Thank you. What to do with that equipment?
You could get some free software and make some beats. So it's all about, like, to me, let's say I can't get no rappers to rap on it. So I would say this a mistake people make is they make a lot of beats, but they can't get nobody to get on them.
Right.
So that's why I rap. Right. So that way I can, if I can't get Tash, you don't like that one? All right, cool. Or, whoever, I just do it. And then I just start making songs and sending them out. And what happened is people started saying, man, I like that song, but I really like the beat. So that's where, and then that's where I started saying, okay, I'm gonna start making some beats where these is just for me. And then I'm gonna make some beats where I'm just ready. So if somebody calls and they need some beats, But I always been willing to be like, well, if let's say somebody call you that's big and you already made the song and you like, man, you playing it and everything, you could take yourself off that song and give it to the person that's bigger, and you'll probably have more. It'll get more exposure. So it's kind of like you gotta humble yourself because you might make a dope ass beat and be like, man, I ain't giving this to nobody. This is my beat. But wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? This person wanted it ain't out yet. Cause it's kind of like ghostwriting, how they make a song and then go in there with whoever. I don't know who be getting their songs wrote for them. I ain't but I'm saying they have reference tracks.
Right.
So they might make the track and be like, "Ooh, I bet I could. This person will sound dope on this." And
that's
so
what Fifth do for Dre all day.
Yeah, so you
niggas
just
making ghost beats.
Yeah. So it's like a reference because see, if you don't know how to rap, it's hard to make beats for people. So you got a lot of producers that don't know how to make beats for rappers because they don't rap.
So you telling me all I gotta do is give you a couple racks, you give me your beat, and I put my name on it, and I'm the hottest producer? Let's run it, nigga. Let's do it.
I don't know.
Niggas doing it though.
That's why
I'll be the biggest fraud in the whole game.
We say that all the time. It's the music and it's the music business. What you just explained was the business. And
yeah, but I ain't gonna get out there and tell nobody.
I mean, think about it like this, right? Think about it like this. So, for example, he's talking about Fifth Mass. That's my little bro, right? So, I actually heard some shit that he did on the radio, right? I'm in LA on the freeway, and that's my little brother, bro. I know this dude since he's 13 years old. You know what your little brother sound like. I don't give a fuck whose voice is saying it. You know what he sound like, the pauses, the delivery. So I'm listening. I'm like, damn, is that Mass? And then they say the dude's name at the end of this shit, and it's not like that's crazy as fuck. But again, though, if you was Dr. Dre and V1C has something super duper hard, right? So Dre, he's Dr. fucking Dre. V1C is V1C, but he still got some miles to go till they get to Dre. So Dre gonna hear V1C shit and be like, okay, but if he had this EQ on there and he had this on there, and he gonna take it as a skeleton and then build it around it, and then you gonna have what you got right there. And it's a game. Tash, if we knew who you wrote for, we would say right now, the nigga play it right now. That's Rico, and you know it. You know what I'm saying?
It's the stems. I mean, you could be technical. You could talk the beat stem. So each sound is a stem on the beat. So you send a beat. I didn't send beats, and people don't. It's like you don't have to say you made it. As long as the business is right on your end and you feel good.
That check cleared, you can say whatever you want to say. And I always gotta say this. You know who gave me my first ghostwriting check? Easy E. Ruthless Records on the check.
Damn.
1989.
That's dope, Tad.
That's big.
As long as so for any producers out there, get you some cheap equipment and don't try to spend no 20 racks because you don't even know what you're doing. You're gonna waste your money. I mean, I do have some nice equipment, but after time, I didn't have this at first. You know what I'm saying? I was just making it on downloaded software
keyboard,
whatever I could get, but I knew the knowledge of the notes. I knew instruments. I know just what people want to hear too. So like if you send the beat, like I said, if I know how to rap too, so I'm sequencing the beat. Some producers just send it and they don't have no sequence where's the hook, where's the verses gonna go. Sometimes you have to you have to listen and research the artist that you're trying to market your beats to and know what kind of beats they listen to and they like. So you're not just making random beats because you might make a Drake beat, but you don't have no way to send Drake the beat. So it's strategy. It's really a chess game. But if you got the basic knowledge of how to make the beats, if you know your software and you got some connections and you know how to sequence to certain rappers,
right?
Then you got some you got something going. You got some business.
Can I say something too about that? It's like this. Did I cut you off? I mean cut you off, homeboy.
No.
But I'm saying like this, like I just said this like a couple interviews ago, but my boy Theory has it. He up and coming producer right now. He's hard as fuck. But watch for him. But like I was saying on his podcast, I was saying it depends on if you want to be great or if you want to make some money. You know what I'm saying? Because record labels are always looking to break off somebody that sounds like somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you got Little Fizz over here or whoever, and they want the next Little Fizz, they're gonna tell you, hey man, make the record just like his shit that's out now. You know what I mean? That's one thing. That's a route you can go and bite and, you know, try to make everybody happy that way. But the really producers that really stand out in my head are the ones that come with their own sound. And what I mean by that is like this, like my cousin E Swift, every time he made a beat, it could be 100 beats on one CD, and his in between that somewhere, I would know out of the 100, that's Swift beat right there because he put some little shit on it. I don't know what the shit is. I don't know. But I know RZA, when he do shit, I can point it out. I can, anybody can though. You know what I'm saying? That's RZA beat. DJ Primo. It could be the nigga from Rough Riders. What was the name? Swift Beats.
DJ Quick.
You can't tell that's a Swift beat when you hear it. You know what I'm saying? Timberland. Like all these niggas have signature sounds that make them unique when it comes to production. You know what I'm saying? So I would suggest to anybody upcoming within the sound of my voice, create a sound. That's what I like about V1. His shit don't sound like nobody.
You gonna get some resistance from that though. And the thing is,
hey man, you supposed to say thank you, man. When I say
oh no,
and Sophyne know that's what I would say to him too.
No, I'm saying thank you for the compliment. But I'm saying making and creating your own sound. I've moved too fast. See, I've moved too.
That's what's up, though. That's what I like, though, man.
And creating your own sound, you're gonna get resistance from people like, oh man, your scratches don't sound like he just said that the other day, like, man, it's kind of off. But that's my signature when I do my script, you know what I'm saying? And so if you could get over that hill, then you really got something. Because there's gonna be a lot of people like, man, I don't know, this beat sound funny, man. It ain't, you know, this ain't right, or can you turn the bells up?
Right. You think it's important to put the tags on the beats?
I started when I first started out, I was doing that a lot because I wanted to get known. But I feel like now,
nigga, it was on the ones you sent me.
You see, I'm getting all the way.
That nigga sent me the beat with the hook hard in it. V1 and Tash, nigga. On the computer.
So I'm gonna say yes. If you're dealing with somebody that's big like that, you know, like Tash, or if you got an artist, then it's up to them. Because if he hit me, it was like, man, take that off. Then I'm gonna just take it off. But if you say it's good, we can keep riding, then we're gonna ride. So it's all on the artist, because I know the mechanics. Shout out the mechanics from the town.
Okay.
And they put the mechanics on every time you hear it. But then I heard a couple of songs they did for it was on a different project. It was on Dave East.
Okay.
And I wasn't sure if I heard it on there. So sometimes the label or whatever, like I said, the business, but it says their name, they're produced by them. So as long as it say produced by me, or if I get the bag, because however we was talking about earlier or whatever, I'm satisfied with, then I don't need the beat tag on there. But it is important to have one just in case. And just, you know what I'm saying, to be ready to get your name out there. So thank you, Tash, for that compliment, because
they gotta overdo it. I just had if it hadn't been for the Lord. Hey, let me say this too, though, man. I was about to say something about rappers' originality too. Yeah, I was gonna do this song and shit. We need to, as rappers, we need to think of some new words, man, because I'm tired of hearing the same shit, man. Every rapper, I bet you if you play any nigga that say, let me let you hear my shit, I bet you at some point in that rap, he gonna say one of these words. foreign. He's gonna say lit. He's gonna say the bag. He's gonna say Gucci Prada. He's gonna say my pole, my stick, my somebody gun. He's gonna say
right.
He gonna say something about some pills. I don't know what he popping, but he gonna say some perky pills. He gonna say
crazy.
some clothes.
Oh man.
He gonna say something about his dreadlocks. He gotta say something about the he gotta talk about his Gucci belt. He gotta talk.
Say it's lit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna make a song with all the popular words and say, "Nigga, it's 2023. We've been saying that since 19." But right. I just hear a lot of demos and it just seems like they niggas they use the same shit. Oh, and pull up. If one more nigga say pull up, oh, I'm about to crash this car, man. I'm about to really pull up.
Hey, I got one for you.
In a bad mood, cause nigga, everybody say the same shit.
But we outside.
Hey, look, I'm under my seat. So far, look at this.
Oh, the grill.
I'm about to gold teeth under my seat. I'm about to nigga grill under my seat. What the camera at? Y'all see that?
Hey, are they 24?
I'm about to knock a nigga grill out. Told him pull up.
Are they 14?
Look at this shit.
Oh, okay.
Anybody want to buy a grill?
Right.
For a while, nigga.
Yeah. Hey, I want to ask, man, was King T the first to put corduroy house shoes on the map? The first rapper?
He wasn't the first to wear them, but nigga, that's what he used to wear. Nigga, khaki suits.
I came out here and bought me a pair, man.
Nigga got the King T's on. I think King T was the first one on the album cover with it. You remember the album cover?
Yeah.
Right. Then they got a gay, corduroy, house slippers. Nigga had a golf hat. We was like,
walking hard as hell.
That
nigga shit was like these.
Hey, real quick, now that you mentioned album covers, dog, I was so fucking excited when Snoop did that video and he had all the classic album covers on there. And I seen the lick shit on. I was like, oh my fucking god, that was a nice look, man.
Yeah, man, Snoop, that's a dude, man. That's the undisputed king of the West. You know what I'm saying? Period.
Yeah, that's dope.
Man, what you got to say to guys like you, man? Just veterans, man, that don't really drop albums like we want, you know, for our culture. You know, when you get older, your priorities change and things like that, man. But I think a lot of the cultures is left out to enjoy you guys' catalog, to keep making new music. You know what I'm saying? But what you got to say when guys kind of give up on that? You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I don't know what to tell them niggas, but I'll tell you this. Like the shit is in me, it's not on me. So it's like this. A lot of people get into the rap business for different motives and shit. Like I said, man, I grew up with Al Green and all this shit. Like, you know, is a little part of my life. So music and everything. My dad was in this group called the Chandlers, singing like a soul group and shit. So it's always been, you know, in my heart. I'm a rap till I'm dead. It's just that I think the dudes that are my age and everything, they don't know how to make money off of it nowadays. You know what I'm saying? They didn't take their blessings and move it to, you know, brands and shit like that. That's what I'm doing. So far, I know I got my hands in him too. They got movies, books, this, that. We incorporate ourselves. You know what I mean? We hire ourselves to do the job. You know, that's why I said all that fuck loud record shit. They gave me my first shot, and I ain't expect nothing after that. It ain't no free shit. It ain't nobody owes you nothing.
Can I say something? I'm gonna pull it up right now. I ain't gonna lie. You know, for hip hop fans all over the world, I'm just gonna say it straight how it is. Like, that was some bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna expect you to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a humble individual and you came from that, bro.
Yeah.
You know? But like, we seen that shit, my nigga. Like, we lived it. Like, we lived it. You can't put syrup on shit and tell us it's pancakes, bro. We lived it. We was there. We seen the first records come out. We heard rap. Right. We was there, bro. We was there with the demo tapes. We was there. We seen Lil Bow Wow rapping your shit on Arsenio Hall, nigga. We was You feel me? So it's like, you know, that's kind of like you trying to come say, well, we want to rewrite history the way we see that it. You know what I mean? We respect you being humble about it, but fuck that. And fuck Loud Records.
That's dope. Tash back on. All
This
right.
motherfucker just cut the fuck off. I don't know what happened. I was hearing the compliments, man. But go ahead, man.
Fuck that and fuck Loud Records. That was the main part. Fuck that.
I can say, but see, if I say fuck everybody that ever did some shit like that, nigga, I'll be saying fuck a lot of people. I don't live off no dog. Like I don't gotta live through nobody. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is I know what I did for this West Coast. And the people that know who I touched and reached out to tell me all the time what I did for it, that's good enough for me. It's like this. It's like if you keep it's kind of hard to explain and everything. It don't hurt nothing, but it just when niggas don't include us in the history of the shit is when I get mad. You know what I mean? Like nobody owes us nothing, but when I hear these stories of this how the
loyalty
the West was moving in 90, 91, 92, 93, nigga, we put the shit on our back. You know what I'm saying? When them niggas saying, oh, them West Coast niggas, all they know is the gun, the gangster shit, the Crip shit, da 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 da. Them niggas can't rap and all that shit. Who they look at? It's like, nigga, you tripping. You ain't heard them niggas in it.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna say some real shit. My little brother bought y'all first tape when he was in 9th grade.
He did?
Yeah, I was like out of high school. I was like just graduated. He was in 9th grade. He came home to Alkaholiks tape and played that bitch for like 2-3 weeks straight. Nothing else.
Yeah, I need that.
That's what's up.
Y'all had riding music. It was beats. It was lyrics. You can get in your car.
Where he was at? Is it Detroit?
Yeah, I'm in Detroit.
From Detroit.
Okay,
yeah.
Bro, y'all remember Chick Ricks? Y'all remember Chick Ricks in Detroit?
Who?
It was a club, nigga. I call myself a drug dealer. I ain't call myself a drug dealer. These niggas paid me. They paid me when I was in I forgot what grade. I just turned 16 and I went back to Ohio for a summer. And I drove hella weed in the trunk with this white girl from Columbus to Detroit. That was like my only hella major drug deal. But nigga, I was like 16 around these gang like this. And that's why I said Chick Ricks. Y'all ain't never heard it was like a circle building, like it was shaped like a circle, like a round building.
Called Slick Ricks.
Chick Ricks. Chick Ricks. It might still be there. Look it up.
But, like the circle.
But that was the trip that let me know this dope dealer shit ain't for me, man. Hey, man. I ain't never heard that bill. My knees are shaking. I was like, man, this ain't that. We in a parking lot with these grown ass niggas. We 16 with and a white girl.
That was double hot.
Hey, we glad you still here to tell that.
I know that, but now the niggas that was from my neighborhood, they followed us and shit. Like they were behind us. They're just like, hey, nigga, we got a job for you. You ain't got to know what's in the trunk and all this shit. And I rode shotgun. I just got my license. I rode shotgun with her there. I drove back. But anyway, I don't know what the fuck I just bought that up for.
You've been in a couple movies yourself, Tash.
Huh?
You was in a couple movies yourself, wasn't
you? Yeah, I was in a couple of them.
Hey, that was a scandalous ass time period too when you were 16.
Hell yeah, nigga, because I bet you BMF was. I bet you, nigga.
That's about
that's
the same time frame right there. Nigga.
Right.
That's the 50 Boys era.
I bet you, but I'll tell you about BMF though. It's funny because really, I'm just now like, you know, I've been an alcoholic since damn near out of high school. You know what I'm saying? But the tripped out part is that when they started showing the BMF shit later and shit like that, it was a trip how I knew half these motherfuckers and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Wow.
And when it was going on, I seen niggas, you know, doing their thing. Like, you know, I'm cool with Blue Da Vinci and all them. You know what I'm saying? Speedy, Gotti, you know what I mean? Straight BMF motherfuckers and all this. But it was like more low key on the. It was super flossy on the West Coast too. I take it back. But when I seen all the shit they was doing in Atlanta with the billboards and all this shit and everything. And all this, I went to Baby Blue house. I don't know if y'all know about Baby Blue from BMF, but I went to his house. Yeah, rest in peace, by the Fox Hills Mall right before he passed and shit. But maybe I'm just not a super naive motherfucker, but I didn't feel
the threat like everybody was trying to say.
Yeah, he faded out.
We're gonna get him back on. There he is.
There you go. You faded out. You saying you was around him, but you didn't feel.
Yeah, it was like more fun and shit going on. It was so much fun because I was rapping and I was glad to be around some niggas that had some shit going on where it was like they was the party. You know what I'm saying? Don't make sense. Yeah. Like the focus wasn't on me. It was on they shit. And it was like fun, nigga. Like, yeah, whatever, niggas, whatever you want, go ahead. You know, it was like niggas had cars and shit. I was like, damn, I know where this shit is coming from, but then they feel dangerous. Like, oh, nigga, I shouldn't jump in with him. We gonna get shot at and all that. It wasn't none of that. You know what I'm saying? And I go back with Blue. Blue is Razzcast's cousin. Wow. So they was from Carson, and we used to go to so it's foggy now, but we used to sit and watch these movies and shit at Razzcast's crib and shit a long time ago. Like, I forgot it was like about the Illuminati or some shit. I forgot what it was about. Yeah, it was like the
Illuminati tapes.
Yeah, it was like a VHS tape. So I just remember these crazy memories. We used to drink back then. Me and Razzcast was drinking buddies. Well, we used to go mano y mano like a motherfucker.
Hey, I like to say this about the Alkaholiks though. Like, just to back up a couple conversations. I think a lot of people overlook the time that y'all came in as well. Timing has so much shit to play with everything. Like, y'all came in at a time where East Coast music was predominantly controlling the airwaves. Right. So y'all was the first. It was like if NWA had came at the time, or if like aggressive like that at that time, like that, they probably would have been overlooked. King T was, as much as the world was ready for that. King T was the first nigga in the video with a pistol, like low riders and a real pistol, right? Real gangster shit. Okay, so when you introduced the licks, and the licks had the lyricism, like B1C, that lyricism changed everything. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like weed. It's an icebreaker because it's not abrasive. It's not fuck this, fuck that, nigga, bitch, da da da. It's you know, it's oh wait, what did he say? It's intellectual. It's you know what I'm saying? So they was the first ones to let us understand that hip hop was expanding in different ways, and that we could be part of it. Right. Like, to me, you know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah.
Because New York was more like it's ours, you know.
Yeah. Best you can with Pharrell. Like, these dudes put Pharrell on a dirt bike. Yeah, riding a dirt bike up some stairs, like at a frat party. Like,
that cost $12,000.
Did anybody even know who Pharrell was?
No, don't bring it up, man. You ain't bring that one up. The stunt double cost $12,000. Pharrell cost $20,000. We were like,
was that before Beautiful or was it after?
It was Beautiful. That was I don't know.
Come on, bro. Stop.
He was cracking.
Was it before Excuse Me Miss or after?
Excuse me. Oh, that came after. Excuse Me Miss was after.
We got my boy DJ Los.
So he was cracking with a lot of shit you don't know he did. That's what it was.
Excuse Me Miss was after, then Beautiful was after too.
Hey, I do want to say this about the licks. Now that you mentioned that, is, you know, in Detroit, in a lot of areas, we had people that was into like what we call the backpack boom pack rap, right? Then we had the gangster rap. Y'all was like the perfect mix. Like my dudes that was from the street, they wasn't trying to hear. I don't want to say no names, but they wasn't trying to necessarily hear Brand Nubian and all of that. But when I put on the Alkaholiks, make room for the booming beats that bump, they was like, oh, what's this shit? They were pumping it in their car. And they was getting some lyrics with it. So that was like the perfect mix for us, man.
And that was crazy you said that, because I think that's what the whole appeal was, because like I said, I mean, like we all been talking about King T and shit. Like, really, King T, as everybody know, he from Compton, he from Nutty Block, and he cripping and all that shit. That shit, I mean, I don't think he ain't from Nutty Block, but I take that back. I ain't gonna tell you where he's from because he don't gangbang no more. But the nigga King T is the one that used to he used to invite his friends. That's how I know all these people. Pool and all them and shit, they're from places. You know what I'm saying? I lived all over LA. So I used to get around and I go visit Pool over here by the airport. Then I go over here to Inglewood to visit this person. And then North Hollywood to see my bitch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I just moved around. But King T and them was the ones that really brought me under their wing into the fold of real gangster niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't from a hood and they knew that. But they knew Tila's homeboys was my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Devastating E and all the people that just, they embraced me. And for a time period, I was writing songs about the shit I see with them. You know what I'm saying? And they could be taking as gangster rap songs or lyrics or whatever, but I'm writing what I'm seeing, and they bump me to the side like, nah, nigga, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to be us and be like this and that. You be yourself, but we got you. Don't even trip. You know what I'm saying? and that's a couple different hoods. I ain't gonna tell you which ones, but it's where my niggas is from is where I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the parties we used to throw. They used to be like these hell of a like we young, and so is the gangsters, and they would come to our shit and see how much fun we having. And so next thing you know, instead of it, 5 solid gangsta ass nigga, back there, it's like the whole hood is back here at a licks party with all these white people and shit, and you know what I'm saying, having a ball, drinking, smoking, doing shit, not looking over their shoulder, you know what I'm saying, and this and that. And they just started migrating with us. So, for a while they was like, where y'all from and all this shit, but then, it just turned into we was getting embraced by like we was on tour with Wu-Tang at one time, we was on tour with Biggie at one time, and we was on tour with Snoop, you know what I'm saying, and the Doggies Angels and Daz and Corrupt and all that. So we meshed into all the worlds of rap, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
All the different things, and we still trip off that. Like we just feel like with a little push, we should have been way bigger than we, you know what I'm saying?
That's that Midwest shit, you know what I'm saying? That Midwest in the middle shit can play both coasts.
I think this too. I think the same problem we having nowadays, we was having back then, is that everybody want to be hard. We wasn't hard enough for a lot of. We was pretty motherfuckers with bitches and drinking and crashing cars in your car and don't give a fuck. And we got pistols and all this reckless ass shit. Made it look like our life is nothing but fun and games and shit. But at the time, we the riots and all that shit. Life was serious. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So our shit wasn't adapted. It wasn't hitting the core. It wasn't hitting striking the nerve with the project niggas that's going through it every day with the this and that and all that shit. So we missed the gangster crowd. I guess being from LA, we didn't get that crowd all the way. But when it came to party music and shit like that, I don't think nobody beats the legs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. He faded out.
DJ Los, what up, though?
What up, though? What up, though, Tash?
Yeah. What up? What up?
You remember I spent for you, man? In Colorado.
I can't see, man. I can't see up close, so I can't even see who I'm talking to.
Ant Live, you don't see me?
Oh, Ant Live, what's up, Nick?
Yeah, I was with Ant Live and
DJ Los, what up?
Who else was there?
I had to blow you up. I remember you, man. What's up with it?
Yeah, you my guy, man. Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, I need one of them hats ASAP. That motherfucker hot, boy. Hot. Who make that?
Hey, tell me something. What was it like to do that old dirty bastard record right there?
Oh, the ODB. That was like it's like it's bittersweet because he's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I think about him, I talk different and shit. But it was a good friend of mine, man. ODB was a wild, one of a kind ass dude, man. Like he like underneath all the crazy shit he did and everything, like the dude had a heart of gold. The dude, he was a solid individual. He I know you heard the stories. He saved a little kid and a burning car and all this shit. All this shit true. Like motherfucker, he's an amazing dude. He just he was just unpredictable as fuck. You know what I'm saying? like he's just a wild nigga, man. But rest in peace, ODB, aka Russell Jones. But we had fun that day. We booked the studio time for him to come out and do the song Hip Hop Junkie. And he was just late as fuck. He was like 2 hours late and shit. We got in the studio. We sat there and drunk for. Hey man, y'all can't hear that echo?
Yeah, it's an echo.
It's like it sounds like I'm on Mars or some shit.
No, it's good.
Okay, but anyway, he got to the studio 2 hours late. I think he got pulled over or some shit and everything. So we sat around drinking for another 2 hours and shit, just catching up talking. And we came with this idea and shit. I don't know who the fuck came up with the idea that we all had a rap to say, but we said, let's do it different. Instead of the hook and all that, we say, I'm gonna come in first, you come in second, and you come in third. So we was like going over and everything. How many boys you got? And we said, fuck it, let's just go in there. You know what I mean? So we went into the microphone booth 3D. You know what I'm saying? We was standing there like the Temptations and some shit. And I said, I'm gonna go first. When I ended, and I say, I got my own special guest. And you come in right there. And then we just kind of said the last lines to each other. and they turned the beat on. We just did it like that. I did my shit. ODB came in with his shit. J-Bo came in with his shit. We was like, this is hard, you know what I mean? And we just left it like that. I don't think nobody's ever did it. Maybe yeah, you know what I'm saying? But back then, that was some unheard of shit. All three rappers in the booth at the same time. It's a one take thing.
Y'all rocked it. For real.
We put the ad libs in there, and then we went back to partying. You know what I'm saying? Like, went back to acting up. But yeah, I'm missing, man. When I go to write my book and I go to like do my they're doing this like documentary on me and shit. But he's a big part of it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stories and shit up in there. Like me and ODB in Beverly Hills. The Beverly Hills Mall. With all the white people.
Stay rap life.
Wow. But it's funny as well.
So what you got coming out, man? Tell the world what you got coming out, Tash.
That's what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna just give you a summary of the shit that I'm doing and shit like that. I got an album on deck that's it's like a soundtrack to my weed brand and shit. I got a weed brand called Alkaholiks. We in a little remission right now. Shit, we got something. We sold out the shit in the dispensaries in LA, but we're only licensed in LA, so we about to re-up and put it back out. Got the Live Victorious brand on deck. You know what I'm saying? This is out of Las Vegas and everything. Close company. Glasses and shit. I don't know if y'all can see them, but glasses out there. Wow. But realistically, man, I got 3 different situations with like an NFT. I'm managing too, man. Shout out to my artist Junior Boy. Butter said he gonna be on here next week. Sophyne, me, him, and we've been around the world together. But Junior Boy's to 1 million sales with the song he did with NBA Youngboy and Slim from 112. It's called No Love. Okay. Check that out. It's on all platforms, Spotify, YouTube, all that. But I'm about to drop this single, man. I just want to get some shit off my chest. So I got a situation and shit with Empire. I'm gonna drop some songs on y'all and everything. You know, it's just like I just like to put out songs to people that like to hear them. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't so 50-year-old nigga saying, "Hey, I'm about to be the hottest shit in the," all that. You know what I mean? That's it. I already did everything I set out to do. All the dreams I had as a kid to do that rapping shit and make a career out of it. I did all that. So I got new goals now, but I'm still a music. I'm still one of the artists, man. I'm gonna tell you that, nigga. My new shit is better than my old shit. So if you like my old shit, you gonna love it. But and really, I'm gonna get behind these dudes that I'm fucking with. Sophyne, my boy Theory has it. V1C, you know, my whole Liquid Cool. We about to put the Liquid Cool album back together. You know, I got a whole lot of like. I wish I had more hands and shit, man. There's a lot of cookie jars out here, man. So, you know, I'm just saying, I'm stay on a peaceful, like I'm not gonna say a righteous path. I break a lot of, you know, rules in my head that I should be following, but you know, I want to spread the word that there's anybody that could make it to Europe or make it somewhere out their hood, overseas, or I ain't talking about go to Miami for spring break and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about really see some other shit. It'll change your life, man. It'll make you really love your brothers and really make you. It'll let you know that there's a big ass world out there and there's money for everybody, and you ain't gotta, you know, involve yourself with a whole bunch of weirdo shit to, you know, get some paper, man. You know. So I'm on some super positive shit because, you know, my daughter's rapping shit and I want them to, you know, I want them out there, you know, rapping about the shit I rap. You know what I'm saying? I'll be my daughter did come with a little rap too. I was like, what the fuck is this? She's like, look, see, you said, what the fuck is this? That's you? No, it wasn't. Erase that one. Rewrite that one. You know what I'm saying? But she hard. I had put her on a clip, on a IG clip. And the first month, I mean, there was a hell of people saying, that's your daughter. Oh, she's dope and all this shit. But what made me feel good when Sway from Sway in the Morning hit me and said, that's your daughter. I have to have her on my show. Wow. And you can come too. I was like, damn.
Saying you can come too.
Yeah, my daughter just, you know, so I know she got something. But yeah, man. But you're going to be seeing a whole flood of Tash shit coming February, man. I don't like to talk about this shit because I think that if it ain't tangible, if you can't buy it right this second, you're going to forget about this shit Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? So, really, you know, you're going to see a wave, though, man. And
hey, so fine. I want to ask you, you being from a real place, man. What do you got to say about just brotherhood in the game? You know, you got a lot of this stuff going on with cats telling on each other, you know, things like that, and just the way that whole world is, you know, just because it seemed like it's just damaging, you know, to our culture of we like Tash brought fun to the game, and these guys are really telling on themselves on the songs. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what's your view on that?
Cuz got disgusted, jumped up off this bitch.
He took a sip and was like, nah.
Yeah, man, fuck these niggas, I'm out.
No. Y'all want to hear how real it is, though? Really, what happened was my homeboy from the penitentiary was calling me.
Oh, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying? I got a little homie that's in the pen doing 80 years. So, you know what I mean? Right on your question, right?
Damn.
So dig this, like, I'm a hell of a person for you to ask that question. I'm so solid, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm so solid. I'm really from somewhere. I'm really a gang member. I'm not a gang banger no more. But, you know, I'm a real big homie. I done walked the yards. I done been level foes, Folsom, Calipat, Salinas Valley, Donovan. I've been in Albuquerque, New Mexico in jail. I've been, you know, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? And one of the reasons why I'm not glorifying that.
Who am I dealing with?
What I'm saying is, nah, for real.
It's serious.
And I'm not glorifying it. You know what I'm saying? But the reality of the situation is, if it wasn't for cats, and it's two parts of that. So I got two sides of my homies, right? I got the street homies, and then I got cats like Tash and Cletus Mac and Shock G from Digital Underground and Gonzo, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Gonzo.
Right. Yeah. These are my brothers, right? And these are dudes that constantly push into my head, like, Sophyne, like, you a G, bro, and it's other niggas doing that. But I be looking at life, and you see stuff going on, like the situation with Gunna right now and Young Thug out there, and it's like we sitting here, all of us on this line, thinking about how much shit that Rico, that Tash has inspired, has pushed forward, has this, that, and the third. Now, what we look somewhere, me and Rico, you know what I'm saying? Now, and this is right-handed guy. The book I wrote, the movie and shit that I'm in and all that shit, like, you know, I was just fighting for my life for being Sophyne the Crip, to come home and somebody be like, yo, man, I want you to be in this movie and play this Crip. And now I got awards for playing this Crip, right? This shit is crazy, right? So without real friends telling me, like, look, bro, be who you is, but you so much bigger than that, and evolve and grow up out of that, my little niggas would not be listening to me, because I got a whole bunch of little motherfuckers out there listening to me, but they listen to me because I'm listening to niggas like them. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not listening to the dumbass niggas that's out there shooting guns and hopping in the cars and doing all this stupid shit. I'm listening to niggas like Rico and them. So it's like, I went to prison, I'm in prison, but I'm writing books and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this, doing that. And then when I get out, I'm doing it. I'm not listening to, I was locked up, I can't get a job. I locked up, nobody want to hire me. I locked up, I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? I set a plan, I set a goal. And my point to saying that is, what do I look like now being in the car with Rico and you know, the phone ring or something, because shit happens. The phone ring or something, and the light turned green and then it turned red and his foot slipped and he hit the gas and hit somebody. I'm going to jail, bro. I'm gonna go to jail, bro. I'm gonna go to jail. I'm not gonna sit there and watch Rico sit, you know, in a suit, watching everything that he did, his career, his legacy, and all that shit. Because that's the part of it too. Niggas want to get in the chains and want to get in the cars, and niggas want to get in the videos and all that bullshit. But then when they get real and life catch up to you, now all of a sudden niggas is square, and I wasn't there, and I don't got nothing to say. And come on, bro, like, you feel me? So it's two parts of that shit. So, you know, loyalty is everything, bro. And you know what I'm saying? If you can't leave, you know, $1 million, $10,000, your jewelry and shit on the table, and be gone for 2-3 days or 2-3 weeks, and your shit still be there. If you can't trust, you know, me to pick up your kid and take them from school because you busy and that type, you don't even need to be around at this point, nigga, because we way too far advanced to be trusting multi-million-dollar legacies and empires and families and shit with niggas that's just gonna stab you in the back as soon as it don't benefit them. Feel me? So now all that watered down shit is out the way, and real niggas is back around because real niggas ain't going for that shit.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's why the bars, that's the bars, to piggyback on that, what you rapping about. See, being from Oakland, we got some rappers, shout out, you know, like Filthy Rich, Jay Stalin, the Live Wire, they really be in the streets. So if you from, I might, but I'm from down the street from where they from, but I'm just not. You can't compete with they got millions of dollars, whatever they doing, they gonna stand on it, and if something happen, but then you try to be like them and have what. So that's why I chose the underground, just rap about smart shit because I went to school, So for me, it's just okay. I could try to rap like that, but I can't compete with that, and I'm not ready to do what they doing to get seen. And so I'ma just rap intellectual, like Sophyne say, stay in my lane, and I still be around all the people. You still gonna get there because once it get to a certain point, you can't come in with all them people. You could come in. You might could only come in with certain people into the shows, the backstage. You know, Money B used to always tell me, "Come by yourself." Cletus Mack and all them, he used to come by yourself. Don't bring all your niggas from the hood because we your niggas. You know what I'm saying? When you get to the hotel, you with us. So if I remember Money B took me to the Alkaholiks show one time. I didn't know Tash at the time. Remember and he spun off. He spun off and was like, you know, he was lit. So he just kind of, don't say lit.
That's a different type of lit, yo. Go ahead, keep going. If you're gonna say that, keep going. Say, yeah, he had bitches too. Go ahead, keep going. He had all the weed, all the bitches. Go ahead. If you're gonna say that, keep going, nigga. Tell the whole
with a Gucci belt on.
But I didn't know nobody except Money B and my partner that I was with that I drove from the town to LA with, and it was like, man, we just need to stand here and don't try to be, you know, just stand here, wait for Money B. That's basically what we did because it was so thick in there. It looked like some gang back, you know, it was like a situation like that. And, you know, from the Bay, we'd be losing our etiquette, you know, all blood, and then not knowing it's 40 Crips.
Right.
And so
that was it.
I had a lot of experience with that, being careful around that environment. But if your rap is just straight, your rap is gonna be what it is. I'm shooting niggas, I'm killing, I'm shooting bitches, I'm getting bitches, I'm riding wearing a chain. You could wear a chain, you just don't have to say you got it a certain way. You could jump out of whips and foreigns, but you just got it. How did you get it? Was you working? Was you just working a job and you saved up, or was you robbing people? Was you grinding? Was you pimping? And so it's all come out in the raps. And then if you see who really doing it, then you know you gotta weigh yourself on that. Do you want to? Can you hang with that?
Right.
Because you gonna go, you know, you gonna get tested. Like so,
I believe it's about energy, bro. I didn't mean to cut off your knowledge.
Talking about
I want to say energy though. You know, energy is a motherfucker, bro. Because a lot of people don't understand that life is about energy. So, you know, just to take it away from that, so that won't nobody feel, you know what I'm saying, boxed in or nothing. Just say, for example, I wanted to date a cheerleader, right? Well, where would I go to find a cheerleader? I would go to gyms and basketball games and football games. I'd be around that energy. It's not so much that I might even meet a cheerleader. I might meet a trainer or an actual player or something, but I'm in that energy. So when you reverse that and you go out of town, you go to somebody's town, the first thing you got to understand when you're on tour, these niggas is bringing they niggas. Just like he said, we are your niggas, right? So we already got a set of respect that's out here moving around. But when you a fresh artist and you bring your niggas, ain't no guarantee that you gonna get along with these Detroit niggas, these Motortown niggas, and you from the Bay. Just because y'all think y'all got you might be so much alike that y'all clash. Or these Chicago niggas when they out here tripping and beefing at the wrong time, and niggas don't know where you from, and you in they hood, and you from way on the other side of the world, but you look like them.
Right.
That's when it's about the topic of your conversation and the energy you bring. Cause like me, like I'm so California, but I'm gonna go anywhere because I know how to respect people's space. You know what I'm saying? I know how to listen and pay attention, but everybody don't get that. Everybody don't got that. So that's why when you around, you know, Mun don't fuck with everybody. Mun don't fuck with everybody. He can spin off and leave you there though, and that's what he's saying. Because you with family, everybody here fuck with us. Now, if you here with your niggas, I don't know what's gonna happen if I spin off.
Right.
Hey,
You know
I've been in some sticky situations, but he know I'm international. Like Tash said, you gotta go around the world. I've been to London, but only on, but not on no rap. You know, just going just to go for your, you know, just for your life. Yeah. But the energy, like you say, you Shock G always used to say that if you rap about that, it's gonna be niggas with guns at the shows.
Yes.
If you rap about getting in beef and funking, that's what's gonna bring to they gonna come test it at the show.
Absolutely.
So I had so much fun at Digital Underground shows. You don't even be thinking about security. And like Tash say, all the homies from the hood, they backstage, they drunk, they smoking, you know what I'm saying, having fun. And these is gangsters though, straight.
Everybody, yeah.
Hey, you remember that line I said in the one thing when I said, "Oh my bad, go ahead." I forgot what I said anyway.
Oh, these is gay. These is gay.
Hold up, nigga, I jumped the gun, nigga. Go ahead.
No, these is gangsters having fun in the backstages, and that's why I think the underground rap. That's why I took that route of saying more intellectual.
Right.
But that's what's supposed to be popular. Let me explain it. That's what I meant to say. Now I didn't mean to cut you off, but now jumped in my head. But when I'm saying the line, I said I might come gangster. My eyes done seen it all. All I got to do is write down half the shit that I saw. I meant that because I'm telling you, I lived in Inglewood. I lived in all these different places, and what I did when I was there was, first of all, not try to. You got to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You got to be yourself. Like I could tell you, me and King T, I was sitting in the car when the shootout happened. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. On the period, I could tell you I was there when my homeboy in the Liquid Crew woke up, said, Tash, does something, and I mumbled. I looked up. He goes next door, shoots the girl, kills her, shoots himself in the head. All this, I'm looking at dead body. All this shit is all, you know what I mean? My eyes done seen enough to write about bullshit. I choose not to because my personality ain't. I mean, I can talk about shit like it's been big. That was I hope I get expunged, but me and my boy, I ain't gonna say his name, he's Muslim now. But my boy Ski, I ain't gonna say his name because y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. We were out the check cash in place. You know what I'm saying? Long time ago. And that was the worst shit that I felt like shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this ain't true. You know what I'm saying? And all this different shit that could have been my life if I wanted it to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, only time I'm strapped is when I'm going to get my hair braided in Hyde Park and Inglewood and all that. It's ways to conduct yourself and there's ways to not. That's why, like, when Sophyne just introduced it, what he's doing and shit, he said, I can listen to these niggas or I can listen to these niggas like Tash. See how he separated? I felt pride in that he realized I'm not trying to be no street nigga because it's a world. There's Spain. If you go to Madrid, Spain, Barcelona, places like that, where they killing out of super poverty and shit, and it ain't about no Christian Bloods and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You see what Brazil is doing right now. You see how they went up in the government and all that shit.
Yeah,
absolutely. I've always been on a not a Black Panther mentality, but I always wanted people to see that the strength in numbers, the strength in unity, the strength in loyalty, the strength in, you know, not selling out to the you know, the higher powers, the powers that be, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I've always lived my life because that's how I was taught and I was raised up like that. That ain't saying I ain't never been through shit. That ain't saying I ain't never, you know, been in squads and shit like that and blah, blah, blah and everything. I just take a peaceful route because I know my life is happier not looking over my shoulder, not getting the bulletproof kit to come with my car and not having to have Sophyne and 12 niggas with me every time I go to eat. Matter of fact, let me bring this up. This is totally what I'm talking about right here. Am I tripping, Sophyne, or am I lying? Am I tripping? Did you not tell me that you think you got one of the last PNB interviews before dude went up in Roscoe's and got?
Not I think, I absolutely know I did.
Yes, I remember that. See, that's what I'm saying. He had just interviewed Peter M. I said
PNB Rock.
PNB Rock. And then he was telling me dude was cool and all this shit. He grew up in the wrong Roscoe's and look what happened. That ain't no way for black people to live, my nigga. That's not normal. You know what I'm saying? We weren't born racist. We weren't born evil. We weren't born, you know what I mean? That be circumstances, that be what you see and learn. You know what I mean? And we keep teaching, you know, just like the nigga that went to jail for that, went to jail with his pops. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken. That's a low life nigga, man. Like,
yeah.
If you would do
the
that,
culture that these kids got to survive right now, Rico.
Exactly. That's why. But it takes niggas like me and you to show them there's another way. You know what I mean? I ain't even saying I'm rich. I ain't saying I'm famous. I ain't saying that. But I'm telling you, my life as it is way better than a lot of these rappers looking over their shoulders, looking on their ring cams, like, who's that? You know what I mean? Somebody ring the door, but they grabbing straps. Who's it? You know what I mean? Nobody want to live like that, man. Unless you do. I know niggas that do want to live like that. You know what I mean? And I trip off shit, man. Like I trip off of that, you know, all the just people like, you know, just different aspects of the game, man. If you ain't getting no money like BMF and shit like that, what you doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you gonna live like that, you gotta live for a reason, nigga.
Right.
I think that's another thing too, though. Like if we gonna bring it like that too, bro. Like I think subconsciously a lot of people don't look at another lesson that y'all taught, and I don't know if it was Butter or if it was Reg, but one of y'all hit it right on the head earlier when y'all were talking about like how long the licks have been together without really hearing no bullshit smut, without hearing bro. It's a camaraderie that's there. It's a cloth that they don't even make no more, right? So when you come around, it's just like this. We don't got to talk to each other every day to know that we right here. To know we don't got to be in the same room every day to know that we right here. Me and you know, B1C, we just met, but over these right here, I think. But I know we'd had to been around each other for so much shit. He's just saying right now. I've been around for all that sex in the studio and all that. I've been around for all that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like even us right here. There's when the Liquid crew brought us all right here on this one little podcast.
Yes.
And it's because of that. Because they've been solid from day one. We wouldn't be even sitting here this long if it was some niggas that was just bullshit with each other, backbiting, and because the music will reflect that. The essence of what they stand. These niggas stand for really part of that essence of hip hop. That's why when they went on Drink Champs and shit, you know, I don't know if y'all seen that either. Did y'all watch that? The Drink Champs?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Legendary.
Man,
yes.
That's so big. Yeah, legendary. That's so big because when we have platforms like this, it's not really for these young dudes the finesse 2 times and the this nigga and that. Y'all Dom Kennedy's and shit. Y'all is already on. Y'all got it now. Y'all got the cameras, y'all got the TV, y'all got the shit if y'all choose to use it. But how y'all got there, the shit y'all sampling off of, the flows y'all using and shit like that, that's what these podcasts and shit for these young motherfuckers to know where this shit come from. Because it's a lot of niggas right now, if you play a Make Room or 21 and Over or something, they don't even know what the fuck you talking about. Like, how though? When your single right now, you pushing, got like 4 samples off this song in there.
And not only that, music history not getting passed down. When we was kids, we knew about Motown.
That part.
We knew about Isaac Hayes.
That part.
And then in the 80s, we knew about 70s and 60s music.
Part.
In the 90s, these 90 kids don't even know about 80s music.
That part. If the parents stopped giving a fuck, they gave see this was the thing, right? And it's fucked up for me to say this, but it's real. Like it's a lot of real niggas that went to jail, right? A lot of real niggas that died, right? So when you got so many real motherfuckers that's dying and going to jail, even if it's for, you know, I don't know, one of y'all could have been one of the niggas that went to jail. You got kids, if you go to jail for 4 years, your kid is a teenager. And in them 4 years, they've been polluted with the bullshit that you as a father could not protect them from.
Right.
4 years worth of music, visuals, the street, bullshit, people that their mamas are probably bringing around, and people because the father's not there to really do that protection the way they need to be protected. So it's like what they turn to the music, because the music is a reflection of what's going on in the street. So if you got a bunch of niggas riding around talking about popping pills and fuck this and pop this and fuck, okay, so now you got Chris Brown is the oldies. You know what I'm saying? You got these niggas that's talking about BBLs and stupid shit is gonna be their oldies.
Right.
I remember when when black women, I couldn't even remember, bro. Do y'all remember when every woman was wearing like oversized clothes, 3X, 4X pants, wearing a natural? What was a weave?
Yeah.
Right.
Now it's just the direct opposite.
Yeah.
Aaliyah was so sexy, bro.
Big clothes.
SWV was so sexy. Mary J
Yeah.
was so sexy with the book. Like, what the fuck?
Detroit is stretch pants capital of the world. All these hoes wear stretch pants. They sit them on the corner, $10 under a tent, three for 20.
Columbus the second
crazy.
What? Hey, you talk about the energy, man. Los, man, you being a son of Death Row, your father works closely with Suge Knight like that, man. You know, he always had a cool persona with him, man. And he passed it on to you, man. What's your take on that? Him talking about energy in the game.
Just you talking about pops?
Just you and you know how cool y'all are. Y'all like the
laid back,
man. Both of y'all like the same demeanor.
Just analyzers, man, and being analytical. You know what I'm saying? That my dad, I kind of take after him from with that aspect. Just being in the studio, just watching when he was playing with Parliament Funkadelic back in the day. Just
wait a minute, who's your dad?
My dad is Carl Butch Small. He played percussion for like Parliament Funkadelic, the Dramatics.
I know when I said the influence,
I know like y'all got the West Coast sound, so y'all know about Cutie Pie. Remember Cutie Pie?
Yes.
VSOP, where they sampled that. That's my dad that made the noise on all of that.
Cutie Pie, one of my favorite songs ever.
Yeah.
Do it again. Like, what noise did he make in there? Next time I hear that song, with your pop. How'd it go? It would bling. Where'd it go?
Look, bro, got it.
Right here.
Oh, you got one.
That's my dad. So
what's up? That's dope.
Yeah, he did all of that stuff on Death Row too. He did on Death Row, and then like the West Coast sound that y'all had out there, like the hand claps. That's my daddy. The more bounce to the ounce hand claps that everybody was sampling. My dad made those hand claps with 2x4s. Yeah. And that's the sample that they were sampling, like on the Humpty Dance. You know what I'm saying? Y'all,
I've done it.
Money B and all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Your pops on my shit. It was Parliament.
Yeah,
that's dope to know, though, man. That's wild.
Yeah, so
that's the sound.
So he legendary in that sense, and I'll be trying to follow in his footsteps. You know what I'm saying? And with the DJing and production stuff, I've been the whole Death Row era. I think I only had one song that came out that I produced on Death Row, and that was on the Above the Rim soundtrack. And it was a guy named Lord G. He was a rapper from here, from the D. And I made the beat.
I remember Lord G. Wait a minute, Lord G.
Yep. I gotta get my motherfucking money right.
Yeah.
So
I remember that name, Lord G.
Yeah,
it was like right 2 songs before Pain. It was like 2 songs before Pain.
Yeah, it was right before Pain.
Oh God.
Right before Pain. You know what I'm saying?
I know you still getting them royalty checks.
Yeah.
You get
BMI
checks.
I know you got my little money.
Yeah, so I don't know if I answered your question, but I always got some gems to throw out there about my pops.
I mean, you ain't never took that whole banging element. You know how these Nickelodeon kids they banging harder than a lot.
Yeah, that ain't never been. It's always been the art form for me. And my dad. You know what I'm saying? Right. Suge respected my dad because he was an OG. All of them out there. You know what I'm saying? With the whole Death Row squad out there, they all love my dad. Corrupt, Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Dre.
I just talked to him last night.
All of them. You know what I'm saying? With me and Razkaz was kicking it the other day, Tash. I've been working with Razkaz a whole lot lately. That's my homie right there. And my daddy played on Rassassination. You know what I'm saying? He played on all his albums. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, oh snap! I ain't know that. I remember your dad. So we all connected. We all connected, man.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Man, we appreciate it, man.
Yeah, that was big.
Man, we thank y'all, man, for real, for y'all time, man.
Appreciate y'all. That was really big.
Hey, Sophyne and V1C, can we get y'all Instagram or where people can contact y'all at?
Yes, sir.
Mine is Sophyne. You want to go first?
Yeah, that's cool.
West Coast, same way y'all see it right there, y'all. SOPHYNE, West Coast.
All right.
Mine is V1C Studios all together.
All right,
Instagram. And then I got a project coming out with Razkaz, Tash.
Oh,
dope.
Planet Asia, and myself. I produced all the beats, and that's it. Right, that's what's coming right now. And we already got a video out on YouTube. It's called "There Is No Opponent." So that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm trying to link up with Sophyne to get in one of the movies or something too. And anything else I can get.
You gonna hear a lot of that shit. You gonna hear a lot of that.
How we gonna line up, bro? I'm already on you. I'm gonna hit you on your DM as soon as we get off of this. DJ Los, I'm on YouTube, bro.
Bro.
DJ Los, I'm gonna send you the video because like I said, Razkaz, he one people too that really helped me get the bars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
guy.
Yes, sir. Thank
you.
Hey,
shout out Mr. Tan too, y'all. I want to shout out Mr. Tan, the Pack Gang. I'm part of the Pack Gang. I know y'all see that big P right there. Man.
Shout out Tan, that's my hype man. If y'all watch that video that I put up on the IG the other day, the dark skinned dude, Mr. Tan, you know him from Baby Boys. That's a hard.
Absolutely.
Mr. Tan.
Yes, sir. Mr. Tan was in the Baby Boy movie. Tell the baby, get off the phone so I can drop it in your drawers. You know what I'm talking about?
That's crazy.
I remember
that. And he's on the soundtrack with Snoop.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know he actually put that together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. S-Class, out to S-Class. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Nero too. Hey, Sophyne got an untapped talent, boy. He got an untapped superstar. Shout out to Nero.
Oh my God! Shout out De Niro, man. De Niro first, man. If y'all want to hear something, my little nephew, man, put De Niro first, man. Y'all can check him out on Instagram. It's put De Niro first, PUT De Niro first, man. He's a monster. That little dude is a monster. So,
yes, sir.
Man, thank
out
you,
Junior
man.
Boy's new single. It's gonna be released at the end of February, I believe. But he has a song with Mary J. Blige that's coming down the pipe. I just dropped some shit.
We got to get that Smokeaholics in Detroit, man. We got a zillion dispensaries out there.
I forgot it was legal. I'm gonna fuck with Royce. I'm gonna call Royce.
Word.
And I'm gonna say when you want me to come and everything, because you want me to come out there in the next, couple weeks and shit. I'm gonna bring something with me, and we're gonna mix and match. I want to,
Yeah.
I don't know what that Detroit weed look like, but nigga, I know they got Detroit pizza down here. I don't know if I'm gonna go in there. They got a mob with an M16 or some shit on the on the logo. You ever see that so far? Mob pizza.
Yeah.
I'm like, nigga,
for real, LA. Wow. Well, Las Vegas, huh?
Yeah, Vegas.
Wow.
Detroit. Hey, but I'm gonna tap in with y'all too, though, bro. When I'm out there, I'm telling them to come out there and fuck with these movies with my little dude. They doing that movie with T Grizzly and they're tearing Tubi down right now with the content, bro. And all this shit, and they want to.
That's when I'm gonna come when he come. That's when I'm gonna come. It's gonna be 2 LA niggas out there, man.
And we own you. Yeah, that's what's up. What's so funny, man. T Grizzly is like married into my family now, man. It's a small world, man.
Yeah, that's big. Yeah. Well, shit, man, come down. You know what I'm saying? We pull up, bro. We gonna chop it up and make
I said, no, we're not saying that no more, man. No more pull up.
Okay. I apologize. It hadn't been for the
I tried earlier to stop that.
Thank y'all,
man.
You
gotta say everything now. You gotta say
B1C was over here like, no.
The whole day was lit.
The whole day was lit. You pulled off in the foreign. You're sipping on some lean with your pole. We know this shit. Yes, nigga. We know that shit. Nigga, something else.
Oh man,
we should have called Corrupt ass and put him on the Zoom call.
I got to hit Corrupt up, man.
Yeah, young Gotti.
Hey, but look, I gotta go.
All right, man.
All
We
right,
gotta go
And
out.
I didn't mean to say that fucked up.
We gotta go outside.
Yeah, we gotta go.
I took a break from something.
We outside.
Hey, Fizzy, we want to hit y'all in a little bit, man. I gotta be out. Y'all keep talking though. Y'all keep talking.
Okay.
Hey, Rico, hit me though. I gotta get some shoes. I want to go to the Live Victoria store.
On top. All right, I'm hit you.
All right, Tash.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, thanks a lot. We appreciate
This was like
y'all.
going down a nostalgia trip through
no
time
doubt.
and shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
you know, appreciate the love, man. You know,
salute,
the D
y'all.
to LA.
Yeah.
To Ohio and back.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Today go to the Bay.
Butter.
Yeah,
All right.
I was about to spit some board. Never mind. I'm out.